Dragons in the custom world of Emrae, which I have built. We're back with our good buddies, Jin, Leganor, and Wallace, aka Zach, Jeff, and Mike. We're having a blast. It's a lot of fun, and hopefully everybody doesn't die tonight. Because in our last session, after spending some time traversing an unexplored, ancient, sunken Uralite buried temple,
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. Leganor and Jin triggered a trap by retrieving what they assumed to be the book Yammurabi's Tome. At which point, a sarcophagus slammed itself open. Not that they could hear it, because Leganor had cast silence on the room. So from behind them, out sat up a bandaged-clad undead creature of sorts, who reached out and touched someone, that someone being Leganor, with a rotten fist. And Wallace saw this through the crack of the door, so our 3 party members are now about to start good old combat. So we open on this scene as Jin has a moment to react.
Whoa. Let's see, how far am I? That's what I should check.
Jeff,
unsettling.
Jeff, what's the radius on silence? Can you just draw it on the map, the area of silence?
Yeah, it's 20. So
also, is it concentration?
Where did you cast
it? It is concentration, which I was thinking about before we started, that hit might disrupt it, but it wouldn't matter anyway because I could break it on my own turn if I want.
True.
20-foot radius centered on the
It is an attack, so I'll have you tell you what I'll do. Since concentration breaking is a Constitution save, we're gonna play a little roll of the dice, and I'll let you roll another Constitution save to see if concentration is broken. And if you succeed on this one, we'll say that you lost concentration but saved the rotting fist check.
What's the
I wish you had just had me roll instead of telling me the stakes here.
Oh no, the stakes are what makes it exciting. The rotting fist DC is 16. What's your spell concentration?
Well, that's a
no. It's concentration is a DC 10 or how many hit points he took, whatever's higher.
Oh, well, he didn't take any damage.
So, yeah, it's just he has to be the 10 DC then.
Okay.
So
if you fail this, then you fail in both. If you succeed on this one, then you will have failed concentration from the 8, but we'll give you as a success on the rotting fist. So if you can beat the 16 on your con save, we'll retcon it. No pun intended. Yeah, well, you got another 8. Doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
So okay.
That's bullshit.
So concentration is still broken. So you can now make noise in the room, but also you've got Jorah Mormont disease.
Look at that.
Don't waste.
That's just now you're just torturing yourself.
I have a +5 modifier, and it's
unfortunate.
16 is still hard to beat. I mean, only one of those did really, and you rolled it 5 times. So anyway.
Okay, so it's my turn, or did Jin?
It is Jin's turn. I was just checking about the silence, and we were wrapping up some loose ends from last combat.
Gotcha.
So I see the mummy jump up and take that nasty swing at Leganor there. Whoa! And I just wind up and I hurl a firebolt at him.
Okay.
Not a fireball, a firebolt.
You do that.
I do that. Does it hit?
16 does not hit.
Oh man!
Oh.
Really? Oh.
So you whip a firebolt at him, and just zings past his head.
Oh no! 16 doesn't.
Oh no is the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
Friggity frack. Okay. Now what?
I still got my movement, so
yeah, you have the rest of your turn.
You
have a move and a bonus action available to you.
I'm gonna save my bonus action because that can be used as a shield.
Mm-hmm. No, shield is
but-
reaction. Reaction and bonus action are separate.
It's a reaction. All right, well, I will save it now. I'm just gonna take a step back to here, where I can then just yell, be like, "Yo!" and then kind of yell at Rolfo and Farah and all them good folk. And
Okay,
say,
that's
"We've
good.
got company."
So they are roused.
But I just want to make sure that where I step to, am I still in line, or is this thing here in the way, the sash? Can I still see the zombie?
Yeah, if you can see
Or
the token, you
the-
can see it.
Okay, thank good.
Hang
Okay.
on, I gotta.
Yeah, all those pentagonal glass cases didn't go all the way to the ceiling, so we can see
Got it.
over.
Okay, yep.
Are they?
And then, point of order.
They're not.
I have the book, but the case is closed. No pun intended, right?
What the heck?
That's-
I had that
And-
selected.
And,
That is what we said at the end of the
believe
last session.
so.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Callus.
and
said-
the prestidigitation got off as well, so there's the note.
So the book looks like it's in there.
Yeah,
Now, is
basically,
that a
instead of not getting
concentration?
hit, you successfully put everything back where it looks like it belongs.
Yep. Let me just.
Someone's going to be bargaining with a grumpy old dwarf pretty soon.
Yep. So it's not concentration. It lasts for up to an hour.
What is this?
Prestidigitation. So that,
Oh,
that
yeah.
book will sit in that case for up to an hour.
Oh, he's doing everybody else's initiatives. Okay.
Yeah, because he
Wow,
yelled,
way to
so
go.
that roused
Yeah, I had to
everybody.
get everybody else in on this.
Hey, Kalis. Let's get her done.
Jim, one more point of order for the blade flourish. Oh, never mind. Answer my own question. We're good to go.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I'm very proud of myself. I actually read something.
Busy
on
managing like 20 carrot NPCs right now. Give me a second.
We're okay. I got all the initiatives on there, I believe. Do you see everybody? Farah, Rolfo, Callus, Swift. Good. They all rolled marginal. So that brings up the end of Jin's turn, and we are on to Leganor. So Leganor, you just got tapped on the shoulder, but it feels like the coldest, most painful, searing tap.
Feels like that night in Canoria at that one tavern that we don't talk about. Okay, I'm going to attack him, and if I successfully hit, I would like to expend 1 die of Bardic Inspiration, which I believe should be 4. How many do I have? Charisma modifier. I might have to. Okay, so I'm gonna roll an attack here.
Yeah, that's
+8, and I roll a goddamn 2. All right, I'm gonna
That's not
bonus
gonna do
action attack.
okay. That's also gonna miss.
Oh.
Be nice to roll above a 5. All right. I definitely can't stand toe to toe with this guy, so I'm going to risk an attack of opportunity and get the hell out of dodge.
Okay.
'Cause he's gonna hit me either way, and I don't know how many attacks per turn he has. So, okay, yeah. Do your worst, which I probably shouldn't provoke you.
Yeah, this is where he crits you.
Oh my
So
God,
he-
dude.
You said worst.
He doesn't he doesn't make a melee attack on you, but he does look at you. He stares at you.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just read this and make sure I understand everything.
Oh, he's reading something.
Don't read.
So he does that. So I need you to make a
Sharing
DC
it.
Wisdom, DC 16 Wisdom save.
Oh, all right.
This guy's a meanie. You see, wow, this is not a good one to roll.
3 times. Oh, 3 times for combat.
Nice.
I would almost rather have this one fail than the other one, but it's okay. I'm happy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you're not frightened, and you're also not paralyzed.
And he used one of his 3 dreadful glares.
Correct. And you can move freely, so you're all set.
If you failed by
Oh, that's
5.
like quite a range on this. So he just gives you the evil eye.
Yeah, he gave you the evil eye
yeah.
to stare you in place, but I guess because you were running away, you couldn't see his eyes. And that brings up his turn, which he's going to spend shambling. He doesn't move too fast, so he shambles his way to the door and makes it to about here. And he's going to glare at you, Jin, because you're the nearest thing to him. So I need you to make a wisdom save.
Bollocks.
Nice.
Excellent.
Oh, wow.
So you are also safe from being frightened. And he's
I have my
just
eyes covered.
looking
He's
menacingly.
Wallace or Fair?
Oh, God, no, he's gonna make the wall frightened, and then the wall's not gonna be much of a wall anymore. That's what's gonna happen here.
So after Jin shouts, everyone is drawn to what's going on, and Callus sends Swift go, and the cat, who has a move speed of 50,
Kitty's gonna die.
runs up to here.
I imagine like a Pikachu run. Like...
Yeah, and is gonna make a bite against the mummy, and will hit.
Oh, that'll connect.
All right.
For 10 piercing damage.
I'm sure it's coughing afterwards because it's some nasty shit.
Yeah.
This is that cat thing.
Yeah, we're going to ignore that because that would not be cool. For anyone looking at the stream, we're just gonna pretend that's not written on the character sheet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Actually, we'll do it like this. We'll make it partially fair. Yeah. So the cat runs forward and bites. Callus then takes a step forward, and readies her long bow. Does she have multi-attack at this level? I think so.
What level is she?
5? Yeah, extra attack.
Is she a fighter or a ranger?
Ranger extra attack. She has extra attack. Attack twice instead of once, and maybe take the attack. So she's gonna fire 2 longbows, or 1 longbow twice rather, at the mummy, and will hit with both of them. So she plugs it with 2 arrows, dealing total of 20 damage.
So, question.
Yeah.
Is this all open?
Yeah. Remember that slid.
Remember
that slid down.
Yes. So all 3 of these panels is exposed now.
Oh, let me
like
check
it's
the dynamic lighting because I don't remember how I made the map. It's the top 2. So it's the top.
So the top 2 are open.
The top 10 feet are open. So you're right. I should have moved.
Okay.
I should have moved her. I didn't. I forgot myself what the line of sight looked like. So she would be doing that from here.
Because I'm okay. So I will do. That's the opening. Or actually, no.
Excuse me. Okay. Then out from one of the open sarcophagi nearby, this zombie emerges, shambles forward a step, and takes a swing at Jin.
Okay. Well, that would hit. However, I am going to cast Shield.
Okay. What does that make your AC after Shield?
I think it adds 5, right?
5 to what? So what's the total?
So that makes mine 18.
That would still hit.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that.
If you want to take that back, I'll let you.
Then yeah. Then shoot. Okay. Then yeah. So that's what I gotta do.
All right. So he slams you for 2 damage.
Okay. I'll take it.
And then I need to double check. Speed is 20. Okay.
I always forget who Ty goes to.
Ty goes to the attacker.
Yeah, ties are hits. Okay. That ends that turn. Now Rolfo is up. And he springs into action. He shouts something to the effect of, If you're not holding steel, get yourself behind the wall. And he runs to right in front of Leganor. And he's got a million spells I gotta look at. And he is going to...
I have no problem seeing over him.
Yeah, he's a short guy. He's going to... If this is the spell, I think it is... Stand by here. That's not okay. So he is going to instead do this, and unfortunately misses.
You wouldn't want to give us access to each one of their character sheets so that we can play the NPCs to make your life easier, would you? Or is that too much effort at this point?
No, I don't think that's terrible. I don't know that I have everything like set correctly. I don't know if I have all their spell slots like done correctly. But
it's an idea. You don't.
Yeah,
have to
no, I like the idea because it's a lot. So let's see who gets which. You want to just pair off with your friends?
That would, yeah.
All
I
right.
think that makes the most sense.
I think Rolfo.
All right, so Jeff, how do I fix this?
Well, you're gonna give us access to their character sheets.
Yeah, I
somehow,
gotta
but
figure
don't-
out how that's done.
Another question: can you open more than one character sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I gotta go to edit. Can be edited and controlled by. So Kalas is Ilthalion. Save. And then Rolfo,
I mean, and you, the DM, is like, if we're using them as sacrificial lambs, and you as the DM is like, no, they wouldn't do that. You're clearly allowed to override us, but just as a way
well,
of-
yeah, I can tell you the positioning, and then you can choose the action, I guess. So Rolfo can be used by Zach. Farah can be used by Wallace. And Swift can be used by also Ilthalion. Alright, so yeah, Rolfo ran forward, used his Witch Bolt, and failed to hit, which will bring up Farah. So Mike, you should be able to control Farah.
Where did you file her character sheet under?
Yeah.
Oh, they are under notable people places under the Sawtooth.
I do not have his.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Farah. Oh, I just see bio and info.
Yeah, I just got bio.
Really?
Whoa.
Oh, I put it in your journal. I didn't do edited by. That's what I did wrong. Too many things. Too many things.
You actually, you may want to. Well, I don't know. The Kalas has coordinated attack. If her pet sees her attack, it can use its own reaction.
Well,
to make
I'm
it-
glad you know that. You should use that.
So go ahead and roll that for Swift.
Yeah, great. So this is why we're
I have
separating it
Rolfo's
out.
character sheet now.
You should all have all the sheets, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Great. See, Jeff, this is why Mike had good idea.
Happy to roll a crit.
Yeah, great. So just click attack and it'll roll the damage.
Boom. Shakalaka.
10 plus 3, 13. Very nice.
Nice. The double crit.
Well, it automatically rolled for advantage, and they were both crits, Which
Yeah,
is-
that's amazing.
which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Is that all she has for spells? 3 1s and a 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I selected.
Because rangers are like half.
I know I
casters, right?
selected all the spells correctly. I don't know if the slots are accurate, like how many casts of each. But anyway, so yeah, Farah is up.
I have to learn some spells here.
Oh, dang it. Okay, so am I moving her too?
Yeah, if you're comfortable.
Let's see. Well, okay.
She should have bonus move speed as a barbarian, no?
She's got how much movement?
40.
Oh, dang, son. Okay.
Yeah,
In that case,
barbarians have extra movement.
Did not realize that. Dink. Oh, yeah. Going into the thick of it. Boom, going after the big guy.
I'm sure she just threw a few elbows on the way there.
Yeah, get out of my way.
Care. Yeah. All right. I haven't seen her do this yet, but I'm assuming she's going to rage as a bonus action.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can use a bonus action to enter a barbaric rage.
All right. Is there a way to turn that on in the character sheet?
Yeah, there's a check mark for rage damage.
Okay.
Under the global damage modifier, yeah.
All right. Yep.
So while raging, I'll just put it in chat if anyone is curious how it works.
Do I want to make her go into a frenzy?
So, like, yeah, frenzy is, like, really strong. You just go into exhaustion at the end of it.
Actually, no, I'll do this.
So you're going to do a reckless rage attack?
Yeah, we're going to go recklessly.
Okay.
So she's going to go reckless, which means she attacks at... Oh, I don't have the advantage option here, but I think, well, we'll see what happens. Okay.
Oh, I can
so
fix that.
Swinging... Okay.
It's set already to always. I'll do a toggle instead.
Okay, got it. Cool. All right, so... Booyakasha!
Nice.
Yeah.
Well.
So the 26 will definitely hit.
At advantage?
Yeah, her attacks are at advantage right now. Well, the first one is. The first one is. No, she has a thing called reckless attack, where when you make a first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn, but attack rolls against you. Oh wait. Oh, so she'll get it for the turn, so she gets it again.
Yeah,
okay.
All of your attacks are at advantage, and then attacks against you are also at advantage. The 25 hits. Very nice. Rolling well.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So she raged for her bonus action, and she attacked twice for her attacks, and she's done all her movements, so she's done.
Excellent. So what's that? 12 and 2 is 14. 11 and 2 is 13. That's 27. Is that good math?
Oh, good lord. Oh, really? It doesn't do math in this thing? And I did it wrong anyway. 14 plus 13 is 27, yes.
Yeah, alright, cool. Yeah, so she, like, hauls off and thwaps against the mummy, and it's like a dry, hissing noise. That brings up Wallace. And she goes, ha-ha! As she does it, because that's all she says most of the time.
Alright, I'm going to... Well, geez, let's see. If I move... Let's see, 5, 10... I can't really get in there. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna just... Alright, I'm gonna shout, everybody get behind me. Everybody get behind me. That accent was wrong. But
they call me the Wild for a reason.
Okay, and then what I'm going to do is... Giving us a... You add... Oh, that's... Have you used your reaction already, Jin? No, you haven't.
I have.
Yeah. Oh, no, he was going to use shield, but he didn't.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to swing at this guy.
Okay.
Distracting strike is only if I hit him, so... Swing bada bada.
A 12, you say. That will hit.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, and it already did the
And
damage.
you have auto roll damage, so it takes that much damage.
And burn a superiority die to distracting strike. Jin, you can move half your movement now.
Cool. I will.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to use my second attack on the same thing.
Where does it say that?
Go to here.
What?
When you hit a creature, you can expend a spray to distract the creature, giving allies an opening. You add the superior die of damage. Roll the next attack. Where does it say they can move?
Oh, I'm sorry. I linked the wrong one. My bad.
Oh, okay.
That creature can. It's the last sentence. That creature can use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity of attack.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Nifty little maneuver.
Yeah, that's
Then
great.
You know what? I'm actually going to go to here. That's beautiful. Thanks.
Okay. So I'm assuming the 15 hit, and I did 4 damage with that.
Yes.
Which is a nice freaking 1 on my D8. And then I am going. No, I'm just going to stand there. I'm not going to use my. I'm not going to action surge yet.
Okay.
I'll save that for later.
That
my turn.
brings up Jin's turn again.
Okay. Then you know what I am going to do. Let's see. I am. What do I do to this guy or that guy? This changes. All right. I'm going to cast Witch Bolt at this guy here, the closer guy.
You
No,
have Witch
Firebolt.
Bolt? I was gonna say.
I do have Witch Bolt.
I
That's the
thought
first
that was a
level
Warlock
I'm
spell. I was mistaken.
Nope, I have Witch Bolt. But I'm going to cast. I'm actually going to cast Firebolt at him.
That'll hit.
That'll hit.
That'll hit.
Who are you hitting again?
This guy here.
The zombie.
The
Okay,
closer one.
gotcha.
The zombie next to Wallace.
For 10 damage, it erupts in a pillar of flame and crumples to the ground in a burning, smoldering pile of dead flesh.
Perfection. Then
Doubly
I
dead.
will. I'm going to take one step forward and hang here.
Do I know that it came out of here? ODM.
Is the sarcophagus open?
Yeah, it's wide open, and I feel
Okay.
like you would have been able to see that when it first happened.
Alright, so Wallace knows there's more coming. There's more of the zombies coming!
Is there your turn,
Okay,
Jin?
I need to. Sorry.
That is. I'm good at this point. I'm
Okay.
maneuvered.
That brings up Leganor.
Mike needs
Okay,
to get into
so
character.
first order of business is I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. Each object within a 20-foot cube within range, which is 60 feet. So I'm going to place it such that
Just
the
draw
mummy would...
a square. A 4x4 square.
Where is the polygon tool? Here we go.
It's so much easier than trying to explain where you're putting things.
No, I get that. How do I actually get it to the...
Alright.
Oh, there we go, draw sheet. So like that.
Okay, cool.
Because obviously I don't want good old Farah to have all attacks against her land at advantage. Anyway.
You don't want a raging lady to be all glowy eyed.
No, definitely not. So the mummy, assuming he does not save, it's a dex throw he has to make. If he fails it, then he's affected. If he
So he needs to make a dex save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or think of all things. The mummy should be bad at that. Of any of the things. So what's your DC?
What's your spell DC?
It better be
14.
Okay, so he fails the dex save and is affected by whatever the effect is.
Then
What is the effect?
all attacks are at advantage against it now.
correct. Any
Okay.
attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible, which is kind of a funky whole thing under its own.
How long does that last?
It's concentration up to a minute.
So 10 rounds of combat.
Yeah. So he should be dead unless we all just roll shittily. Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast a cantrip, which is Vicious Mockery.
You can't cast 2 spells in the same turn.
Unless one of them's a cantrip. Because of bone, is that right?
I don't think so. I think you can bonus action a spell if your other action was an attack.
Because Vicious Mockery is an action. If it was a healing word, I could pull that off.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very particular.
Damn. Alright, I was going to try to buff and debuff him at the same time. Well, that was it. So after that, I'm going to not draw squares if they don't need to go. I'm going to duck behind cover.
What are all these squares? Oh, that was Mike drawing the door. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Great. The shambling mummy of awfulness. Where's that ability? He stares and starts to like fall apart. Like his body starts to disintegrate into sand and starts to swirl like a tornado. And then that sand cloud whiffs past everybody through the air into this location, and then he rematerializes as a mummy.
Oh boy.
Well, that fucking... I should have debuffed him. That would have stuck with him.
And he's going to stare dreadfully at Rolfo.
Question, is it still glowing? Because he's still concentrating it.
Yeah, he didn't like break the spell.
Cool. Okay.
What save is that? Wisdom?
That is
Yes.
a wisdom save, DC 16.
Wow.
Solid.
Is that 2?
Yeah, that's fantastic. So Rolfo says, "What are you looking at, buddy?"
He ain't got no more.
And that ends the mummy's turn. That brings up the cat's turn.
And the cat came back.
So Jeff, since you're controlling Callus, you can control Swift
memory.
as well.
Oh, it's Senor Swift, you say?
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's interesting that they both had basically the same initiative, so they actually do get to play together.
I cannot move the token, so maybe you want to move Swift to where my token currently is.
On your token?
Yes, I cannot move.
Whatever, you want him north or south of you?
I want him on my space, and then I'm going to move back to where I was. It's just I'm a placeholder right now.
Oh, I gotcha.
So down a square.
Yeah, there's a little lag, so you got to be patient. Yeah, so Callus whistles and Swift runs to that spot. Once there, Swift does the following.
If Swift moves at least 20 feet straight toward a target and then hits it with a claw attack on the same turn, so I can try to knock this sucker prone, yeah?
Yes.
And I get 1 attack per turn with him?
Swift, yeah.
Okay.
An 18 will hit.
Wow. Hey, we found a number.
Okay, so the target must succeed on a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. So I'll roll damage.
Fails. Takes the damage and falls
Sweep
on
the leg, Swift.
fails
Sweep
on
the
his
leg.
bum.
We are now known as Team Cobra Clan. Or whoever does it, I forget.
And that will bring up Callus's turn, who is standing right next to the darn thing.
Oh, that is her, because Rolfo's... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is. Oops.
Does she...
Yeah, Callus has
since
the cat in the token.
Yeah, that's Rolfo.
Right. Since he is prone, and she's technically adjacent, is she at a disadvantage to range attack him, or would she provoke if she moves back a little bit to range attack him?
So prone gives them advantage on attack, but so it would just cancel out. It would just be a standard attack. Because melee with a range is disadvantage, but he's prone, which is advantage, so the two would cancel and it would just be a standard attack roll.
And then if I move, does he get an attack of opportunity even though he's lying down if I move out of range?
Does prone provoke attack of opportunity? Standing from prone and picking up. No, it's standing from prone. No. I think rules as written you would.
Is there any kind of modifier? Like would it be a disadvantage?
He's just not gonna, because they don't have to take the attack of opportunity. It just provokes it.
So short answer, if I back up a bit.
Yeah, you can move safely in this state.
Okay. So shift.
Just back one.
Actually, no. Move him back here because she's not a frontline fighter.
I'm sorry.
Get behind the beef.
Oh.
You're sending her behind Wallace.
Gotcha.
She can still attack around him, yes. Hold on. If I move there, does that mean Swift can still see her technically? Or my Bard token is all within line of sight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's works.
I have a lot of open windows now.
Yeah. Tell me about it. That's Farah. Oh, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And then with Hunter's Mark, which has a casting time of 1 bonus action, can I cast that and then still get off 1 attack?
You can get both attacks and your bonus action.
So I can cast Hunter's Mark and then attack twice.
Yeah, extra attack does not use a bonus action. It just says you attack twice when you use the attack action.
Okay, that is what I'm going to do. So bonus action, Hunter's Mark on the Nasty.
Uh-huh. What does that do?
That, you choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry. Until the spell ends, it's a concentration up to an hour. You deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. And you have advantage on any wisdom, perception, or wisdom survival check you make to find it.
Cool.
So, okay. That's what I'm doing. And then plink, plink.
The 12 zings over its fallen body.
Okay.
The 25 plugs it in its torso.
And then I'll just roll a d6 and add it.
Yeah, it's a d6 extra damage
Mark.
for Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
So 7 and 4 is 11. Yeah, he takes an arrow in the chest area and goes, which is, I guess, the noise mummies make.
It is now.
Over the course of the next 6 seconds, you hear scraping and shambling of footsteps from around corners and down halls, but you can't see anything.
Footsteps, footsteps, footsteps.
Footsteps. Let me see. Well, whoever's controlling Farah and whoever's controlling Farah, so Mike,
Yep.
Farah sees a zombie through this door here.
God, yeah, I can see it with my last sight.
Okay.
So would I not be able to? Yeah, she's the only one that can. Okay.
Yeah, I can check everyone's vision, and she's the only one with line of sight.
Got it.
And that brings up Rolfo's turn, Jin.
Okay, so this guy is still prone, correct?
At the moment,
And
He's prone and glowing.
I cannot see this
no.
zombie, correct? Okay. All
No,
right.
Farah's the only one who can see it
so-
right now. Not even Callus can see it.
So how does a warlock work in terms of spell slots? Because everything's a 0.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't think that was all accurate.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine then.
I have to quickly look that up.
I thought there was like something with warlocks where their spells are different. I don't know.
They have Eldritch invocations, which are just sort of
Bonuses.
like inherent abilities that they have. They're
I was
entirely
reading that
separate
before. Like
spells,
my
but they
Eldritch Blast
also
has it.
yeah, but they also like.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the chart should be.
300 feet.
At level
I mean, they do have spells too,
5,
but like
he should have
it's probably like 2-1 or 3-2.
hang on, why is this chart
I don't think they get. I don't know if they get third level spells.
level 5, cantrips
have
known 3, spells known 6, spell
those.
slots 2, slot level 3rd, invocations
Okay.
known 3. It says 2 spell slots? What?
They don't get a lot of spells because of their Eldritch invocations, as I understand
Okay,
it.
so he has 2 spell slots, and then he also has 2 known invocations.
Yeah, they don't get a third spell slot until 11th level.
Wow.
They rely on they rely on their cantrips and their Eldritch invocations pretty heavily.
Yeah, so my Eldritch Invocation, when I cast
whatever
Eldritch
their-
Blast, its range is 300 feet, good golly.
Whether they're Pact of the Sword, Pact of the Chain, or there's a subclass that gives them more spells. I don't know which one.
He is a Pact of the
Pact
Blade.
of the Blade.
Oh yeah, he's more of a melee fighter then. Instead of there's a pact that gives you more spells, but
I can create a weapon pact in my empty hand.
Yeah.
Choose a form of melee weapon, proficiency. That's what it counts
he's a
as.
blade lock basically.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. I'm not in melee range anyway, so I will cast Eldritch Blast. Eldritch or Eldrick? What would you?
I think it's Eldritch, like Lich.
Eldritch Blast
Hmm.
at that guy. So
All right,
Cacao, that does not hit.
the 8 or the 15. Neither.
15, yeah.
Neither. Unfortunately, neither make contact. And Rolfo goes. He starts like, this thing must be broken. Does Rolfo move anywhere?
Let's see, Rofo. Yeah. Can you move him so where he could take advantage? Actually, you know what? He's gonna probably want to get. No, leave him where he is. Leave him where he is.
Yeah, that tracks. That'll bring up
Stays behind
Farah.
him. Yep.
Yeah, so Mike, Farah sees a zombie entering from that bottom door, and is also aware of the big batto behind her, who did materialize in front of her after she smashed it with a ball.
Right. So I'm gonna say she's just like, oh, I took care of it, and go charging down here.
That's brilliant.
Boom. She's like, oh well, that's all I needed to do.
More things to smash.
Beeline down to here. So
Yeah, now you can see the 2 of them there.
That's
Yep.
not a hit. Right? I forgot to do that after Callus's turn.
That does not hit, but thank you. That does not. That does. Sorry, Mike, you're up. Yep, that definitely hits. For 16.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it still standing?
It is still standing, but one of its arms is hanging on by flesh. That will also hit. And he, with the second attack, you just shear its spine in 2, and it crumples to the floor.
Super effective.
It
Okay.
is super effective. You are the right type for this Pokemon duel.
Okay. Wallace is gonna take a second thinking. No, because Wallace. All right. Okay. I know there's more of these things, and she just ran off, and I know Mortimer's in there. Taking a split second to think, okay, how am I gonna No, this thing's closer to more threats. We're gonna go here. Wallace is gonna come to the big guy.
Okay.
Okay.
It's still lying on the
and
floor in front of you.
Right. Oop, wrong character sheet.
And glowing.
Yes. Who does more? Actually, I don't think it makes. Sorry, I'm reading this and wondering if it makes sense to make anybody attack or if I should just, because I lose one of mine when I do this.
I think my attack bonuses are probably.
Oh, you got. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Say again. Sorry.
I have a +8 to hit, or
What's
I
your
can go
damage?
for much higher damage if I add in a sharpshooter.
What's your damage though?
So it's 1. Give me a second.
He can add 10 to it if he takes a -5 to the attack roll.
Yeah, so I can have a +8 to hit at 1d6 + 3, or I can have
Okay.
a +3 to hit at 1d6 + 13.
All right. In that case, I'm just gonna. He's already distanced. Nobody's next to him. I'm just gonna swing twice.
Okay.
And hold on, the right. That's a no. Oh wait, I'm at advantage.
You are at advantage, so roll that again. That hits
Sweet.
for.
All right.
I'll give you the 9.
Yep. Thank you. And then
Do the next one at advantage. And that'll also hit for
Wow.
8. 9 and 8
Nice.
is 17. So your blade slashes into the mummy's body, and though you're ripping up bandages, it doesn't seem to be spilling out any sort of guts.
okay, and I'm going to action surge
Okay?
and dodge.
Okay. So you are dodging.
You're like Barristan Selmy right there. I swear to you, that was probably one of the coolest choreographed sword
Sorry about
scenes
that, I
I
didn't
ever
mean
saw. You ended up dying.
Great. All of a sudden, Varen pokes his head out the door to see what's going on,
No! No!
sees the zombie, and begins trying to run away. And makes it to about here. Or the mummy.
Dummy.
Drop your sword, you'll run faster.
And it's Jin's turn.
Okay, before I use my action here, Mike, you posted that you can't use another spell during the same turn except for a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action. Does that count as an offensive cantrip as well?
Any
So I can
cantrip.
use.
Any cantrip.
Any cantrip.
But
Cantrips
the
are
thing is, the
cantrips are
first
cantrips.
spell you cast, it has to have a casting time of 1 bonus action
Yeah.
instead of 1 regular action.
I see.
That's what I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't cast a full spell and a cantrip, but you
Okay,
can
that makes
cast
a lot
a
of sense.
bonus spell and a cantrip.
Unless you have
Okay.
the Quicken meta magic, and then all bets are off.
Right, that's a totally different situation.
All right. So, this guy that's prone on the ground, does he
Yeah.
look heavily damaged at all? He's just kind of just.
It's
hanging
hard to
there
tell.
on
I
the
mean,
ground.
he's already a rotting corpse that's thousands of years
Yeah,
old.
I don't think we'd have any idea.
His bandages are, ripped and tattered and torn. And you've noticed that people that are slicing and slashing and poking into him, it's not like he's bleeding.
Okay. Then I will cast Hold Person on him. I want to keep him on the ground. I will cast it at a level 2.
So,
Well, level 2 only makes it an additional human.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
okay.
The 3rd level or higher adds a 2nd.
Here's the thing about that. Undead are not humanoid.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
Another-
They're undead.
They used to be before they became undead.
So they are not an appropriate
So
creature type for
the-
the spell,
Little
Human shape.
meta side conversation.
which we have covered in the past.
It's good for like the town guards or enemy bandits, but not monsters or nasties like that.
Right, I just thought that because it was human shaped in the zombie that it would count.
No,
Oh, well.
humanoid is a specific classification of things that are human-esque, like dwarves, humans, elves. Those are all humanoid. But anything that's not shaped like that or not alive is not a humanoid.
Not alive. Okay, I'll give it the not alive. It's shaped like that. A zombie's a zombie. All right, fine. Then I will just straight up cast Witch Bolt on him
Okay.
At advantage.
at advantage.
Yes, and the advantage is successful.
Huzzah! Let
Roll
me
that
just
beautiful
read
witch
this real
bolt
quick.
damage.
I will higher. All right, I'm gonna cast it at second level because I get extra D.
Wait, what?
I will
Okay.
cast it at second level.
Oh, it's Witch Bolt.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Mm-hmm. So when you cast a spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the initial damage increases by 1d12 for each slot above first. So I get 2d12
Okay.
basically.
So that's 12 damage, yeah?
That's 12 damage. Yep.
Gotcha.
But now,
What's the damage
I
type? Oh, it's
hold-
lightning.
Was that?
I was checking the
says a
damage
lightning,
type.
yeah.
It's lightning.
Class type, which matters. And now, Witch Bolt, you just hold that, right?
I hold that. Yeah. So I don't have to make any
It's
saves.
a stream of lightning, basically.
Yep. Any turn, I can use my action to continue to cast that much damage to
I
him.
always imagine Witch Bolt is black lightning, but
Ooh,
it's your
yeah.
spell.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
so
was
great.
kind of thinking,
You're force lightning is what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's what I was
yeah,
thinking.
you're the
Force
Emperor.
lightning. Yep.
Is there anything else you're doing?
Yeah, so 30 feet, as long as I got to stay within 30 feet of him. So I'm going to back off to here.
Okay.
That's it. I'm good.
All right, Leganor, you're up.
Oh, it's next. Okay.
So it's next. It's going to get up, but we're still attacking at advantage right now, yes?
At the moment.
I mean, and we've got Fairy Fire going anyway, even if he stands up.
Well then,
Or at double advantage.
time to boom bust. So I am... Oh, that's right. We already did this thing. 2 attacks.
The 9 and the 16 are both misses.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
That's one attack,
Hold on.
and now your second
Yeah,
attack you can roll
attack.
twice for advantage. The 22 will hit.
It's crazy that a 16 doesn't hit it on the ground. It's got a tough nut to crack.
Well, the 9 didn't hit it on the ground. The 16 also failed to hit it.
So that's actually a 16.
Yeah,
right
we
there.
didn't add the 10 there, right? Yeah. Yeah, so you I guess you really steel yourself in place to make that good shot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to say I was going to use a Bardic Flourish and do the mobile feat and try to push it back. If it's too late, then that's all good.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so I roll a d6, add it to the damage, and then that same number plus 5 feet is the amount of space he moved back.
Okay. Is there a save for that?
No.
So you just
It's just a condition that's triggered once you successfully hit. on
Okay.
your turn. Okay.
So
So
it'll
an extra
move.
1 damage, so he's moved back basically a whole square.
Yeah, so he moves back to here. And what's the total damage that you've dealt? 6, 17?
17.
Okay.
Um,
This thing does not do code. Okay.
Anything else, Jeff?
oh, sorry. Yeah, I was looking ahead at how to fix that macro.
That's a way to do math. Okay.
Then I will move. Oh, that also gives me an extra 10 feet of movement.
Okay.
Move back here.
All right.
And, yeah.
Now what does this thing do?
We got worst.
Alright, yeah, so that brings up this bad dude. And he opens his dry, sandy maw of a mouth and starts going and stuff. And I need Swift and Wallace to roll a where is it? Constitution save.
Crap.
On saves, are successes ties?
I believe so.
Okay. So Swift saves, however, Wallace is stunned until the end of this thing's next turn.
Oof.
So you hear all that noise, and all of a sudden you don't feel like you can move, Mike.
Fun.
This thing's he's got a big bag.
Oh,
of
and
tricks.
so
Creature
is
incapacitated,
so
can't
is
move,
Varen.
and can't speak. The creature's automatically fails strength and dexterity. The attacks rolls against it have advantage. Wonderful. Okay.
he is then going to start moving towards. Let's see, 5, 10. Over to Rolfo. Can he attack the same turn that he did that? He can. So he's going to swing his fist at Rolfo, and he hits.
That he does. Yeah, what do I have to roll? I have to roll a save. Con
So
save.
yeah, you gotta do a con save, and he fails.
Oh.
Well, we're in the same boat now.
And Rolfo
Yep.
takes 8 and 6, 14 damage.
Okay, that is a large percentage of the
I took care of it. You
Ruffles
don't have to do
health
it.
there. Oh, I did it already. Okay.
Yeah, and he is also now cursed with the zombie mummy curse thing. And that'll bring up Swift's turn.
Okay, so in the angriest, most feral cat guttural
Oh wait,
voice,
sorry.
growl.
Oh no, that's right. Never mind. Forget what I said. Continue.
Roleplay that cat.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah. What was I doing? I'm sorry, I got distracted trying to think. I can't pounce. And I only get one attack per turn with this thing, yeah?
Correct. Yeah, you could bite or
I'd say
claw.
you just have it curl up around its leg and try to get it to pet him.
But the Egyptians liked cats.
Bite will hit.
He's got some bite.
Kitty's got claws. For
Or
11.
bites.
I think this cat's done like half the damage to this thing.
The cat starts to sound like a dog.
It is a big cat, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's a large cat. And it's, trained. It knows where to attack.
Mummies.
Well, it's just
and then
treating it like a
you,
human.
You hear Leganor from way behind everything going, you gotta be pretty swift to evade that one.
Haha! Shut up! And then, and then it's Callus's turn. Yeah, you hear Farah from across the other room.
Oh my god.
Wallace is stunned, but you still see the small tail to his head.
Callus is up.
I might lose my turn because I'm laughing so much. Okay. So she is going to move where the bard is right now.
Got it.
Slightly better. And plink plink again.
Sure.
Salute.
Both
Muted
hit.
there, sorry.
I feel slightly better that I'm rolling well at least on one character.
8 and 5 is 13.
And
The 17 just hits.
Okay. That was 18 is the number we're looking for. But 17
Chomp
is-
for another 9.
22 all day.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he Swift bites down and actually rips off some of the bandages that made up the thing's hand. So now at the wrist there's hanging bandages and there's just no hand there. Does Callus do anything else?
No, because that. Well, I guess I could move more. No, that's it.
Okay. This thing shambles up to here. Turns to Farah. And slams at her. Critically slamming.
That'll hurt.
For 7 damage. I'll take care of damage.
Oh, okay.
At least I thought I did. Hey,
No, you did.
Okay.
Her hit points went down. She's at 40.
This one stands over where this one was.
Oh, so there's a live one here now?
Yeah, let me move the dead one out of the way. And this one is also going to slam at Farah, but misses.
No dice.
And they just kind of go,
Mm-hmm.
Rolfo!
Right,
Rolfo's
now,
displeased.
Yes, that he is. He is very displeased. Does he have a total of 2 spell slots or 2 spell slots per level?
No, he has a total of 2 spell slots, period.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I will not use another.
He relies on an Eldritch
Like
Blast.
other
and his sword.
caster classes would be like 4, 3, 3, 1. His just says 2.
He says 2.
Yeah.
Just 2.
Can't do
So
2.
Then Rolfo is going to take a step back to. Oh wait, no, he's not going to do that because he's not prone anymore. Correct?
That is very correct.
Okay, so then he will not take a step back. He will cast Eldritch Blast.
Successfully.
Successfully this time.
For 9 force damage. You see a glowy blue light impact the chest of the mummy and dissipate, much like Diablo 2 paladin spells. And the mummy staggers and then raises his hands back menacingly.
Do I? Do I take that attack out? No, he's gonna stay there. I don't want to risk the attack of opportunity. especially
Facing
with
this
Swift
thing
right
head
there.
on. Okay.
But with Swift right there, it's
Hmm.
there's another target there.
Oh, you have Agonizing Blast, so your Charisma modifier should have been added to that damage. When you cast Eldritch Blast... Here, I'll do this.
Sort of. Yeah, that should just be automatic.
Yeah, but if you look at the damage, it's just 1d10. So it didn't add it.
Yeah.
All right, so my charisma modifier is 2.
Oh. So then it staggers and it raises his hand and literally Skexxies falls over.
I was looking back to see if he had hit any other times. I'm like, oh, how much damage has he actually been doing this whole time? But okay, so now it's kaput.
So yeah, now it falls over on the ground. I have nothing else to say.
Well, Rolfo's done with his turn then.
Yep.
Well, actually, no. Now that he's down, he'll take a move.
Sure.
Put him like right here. I can't move him.
Yeah, I got it. Cool.
Thanks.
Farah, surrounded by zombos.
She's playing whack-a-mole and literally just swings twice at the. Well, let's see. Swings once at the one north of her. That's gonna be 12 hits, right?
But they both hit.
Well, I mean, she's not attacking an advantage.
But they would both hit anyway.
Okay. Kerplunk.
14?
Still up.
Yes.
Right. Aww.
And unfortunately, the second swing whooshes over its head.
Wait, she doesn't get advantage on attacks if she's raging, does she?
Yeah, I thought that's why you were attacking at advantage, because you were in a frenzy.
Oh, my bad. I thought. Okay, I forgot about that. I gotta roll again. Mole.
The
That hits.
The 21 hits. and she obliterates it into a powdery mist.
She's just enjoying this.
She's like, I've been working on the railroad.
And turns and just, I don't know, turns to face the next one like, "Whoa, let's keep going."
Are you not entertained? So I think the fact that it's dead should unstun you. Stun
You tell
until
me
it
it's
says,
the end of its next turn.
yeah, it's stunned until the end of the Mummy Lord's next turn, but it's dead. It's not a concentration, so I think you would be stunned until the next 13 in initiative, technically.
So am I still? I mean, you tell me. Am I still stunned?
Yeah, I think technically you're still stunned, because
Okay.
it's all about time and whether he's alive or not. It's not a concentrated ability.
Right. Okay.
So we move to Jin.
This is the nearest guy that I can see.
Yeah.
So, Chin will take a step down into here. That will make me distance good, 25. Let's get up Jin's bells here. And he will cast Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Firebolt. I clicked it. There it goes. Oh, damn.
You're not attacking at advantage, are you?
I am not.
All right, then
No
that
reason to.
unfortunately misses.
Yeah, okay.
Does it hit the shield case and make it explode?
If you missed this one, maybe, but not this one.
Oh, fair enough. He just blows up the one with the sash in front of him. Just like, oh god.
It's just a price of
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, what have I done?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Hey, how long does sleep last? Is he awake?
Let's think about this. Silence is no longer in effect.
Yeah, but magical.
Magical sleep, you have to
Magically
like
sleep him, right?
physically wake them.
He has not been roused yet, so it would only be the sounds of combat. So
That
it's
won't
your
wake
call.
us. A magical sleep won't be woken by sound.
Okay.
But I don't know how long the duration of the spell was. That was the question.
1 minute.
So 10 turns. Or 10 rounds, rather. So no.
Not quite yet.
Not yet. Okay. So, Jin, are you doing anything else?
No, that's it. I'm done.
Jeff, that brings you up.
Okay, so I was here. I'm going to.
Yeah, technically he's not asleep, he's unconscious.
But
Artificial
when he
coma.
comes to, he'll think he was asleep or something like that. I'm pretty sure, like, if you have sleep cast upon you, if you don't see it cast upon you, then you would have no way of knowing that it was a magical sleep. Is that right? I know I'm kind of thinking.
It doesn't say one way or the other, honestly.
Yeah, there's no official ruling. You'd have to DM that out.
I mean, there are spells that tell them, like, and the person knows that you made them your friend artificially.
Right.
But yeah, sleep, it doesn't say one way or the other. It just says they fall unconscious.
Hold on one moment.
I mean, considering what he's going to wake up to.
Yeah.
He's going to be like...
So there's, as far as I can see, there's only one zombie right there that Farah is fighting. Yeah.
Is that all you can see? What you can see is what you can see.
Then
That should answer your question. Because I didn't count, but there were definitely more. Says the guy who's stunned. Sorry. Table talk.
we're just gonna plink this guy.
Plink. Hit.
Oh, why is it?
Ah, hit.
Alright, no, it lagged, so I rolled it again.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, both hit. So you can roll 2 damage. 5 and a 7. Thunk, thunk. 7. Yeah, you plant a couple of crossbow bolts in its shoulder. And it goes... You still doing something?
I'll move back one here.
Okay.
That's me. Mummy Lord's dead. Now it's Swift.
Okay, don't worry about that d20. And now it's swift.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So, sick him on the zombie. He's going to do a pounce. The one that I
Does
just
it have
attacked.
enough movement? I know it's got a lot. Is that enough?
50 feet.
Okay.
20... 25? Yeah, I can get there.
Exactly enough.
And then he does... Has to be a claw attack, it actually says.
10 hits.
A 10 hits, wow.
Yeah. Dealing 9 slashing
Wow.
damage. And it's knocked prone? Or is there a DC on that? What does it say?
DC 12.
DC strength 12, yeah.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
That's
definitely gets knocked
Wow.
over.
It's one of those, as it pounces, it just effortlessly lands on its feet, on its chest, crumpling it.
You know what? I'm going to give the double crit 1 more damage. So it pounces, it falls back on the floor, and it cracks its head on the stone so hard that the head falls off of the rotting body and it's dead. Because it was at 1.
Nice.
Ferris screams at Swift because she was like, "It was mine!"
Yeah.
I want to see Wallace to trade me this cat, so then I can be like Daryl from The Walking Dead with a crossbow, but I would need a dog instead of a cat.
Alright. Callus, you're up.
And she doesn't see anything.
Callus is just yelling back at Ferris, like, "Get your cat in check!"
Her movement speed is what? North 30? Right? Yeah. Okay, so this is just so I can see. Is there anything here? That's not a door, right?
Yeah, it's a door.
It is.
You just walk
It's a
through.
door.
I can't. Oh, because I don't have light. So I don't. Like, she wouldn't just sit there. She sees that dead. She's not going to wait passively. She wants to know
Okay.
where to go next. But
Well,
I guess I just kind of have to choose a direction, huh?
yeah.
Then she's going to double move into the. Well, that's 30. You know what? She's going to run in and forward flip right onto the top of the sarcophagus.
Well, sarcophagus has no lid anymore, so she would jump into it.
But there's a lid. There's an edge, so she's like on the.
Okay,
edge of the
alright. That's a little dexterous, but I'll give it to you.
So is she. And she's at the ready.
Okay.
So I don't think I can see anything else from there. So can I ready an action to attack the next enemy that appears through that doorway?
Did you dash?
You said yes?
Did you
You
dash?
I actually didn't need to because it was 30 feet from, so that was just a normal move. There's no need to do a double move if it's. I was going to if it took more than that, but
Okay.
I'm not moving.
Alright, yeah,
forward.
I'll let you ready an action. What is the action you're readying?
Longbow ready action at the next zombie that appears through that door.
So use your attack action at the next zombie that is invisible.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Cool. Brings up Rolfo,
All right, so Rolfo does not
whose
see
chest
anybody.
is like cold and hot and in pain and
Yeah, he is not
numb
feeling
at the
great.
same time.
You know what? There's no more zombies in here, right?
Rolfo does not see any more zombies.
Good. So move him. Move him to here,
Okay. He moves over to here.
and he's gonna open that case.
Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, Rolfo's not doing that. This isn't Jin now we're talking about Rolfo. The leader of the wild
Okay.
men, here to escort
Yeah.
and protect. He's not
Escort and
he's
protect.
not a treasure grave robber.
Different intentions. But okay. Somebody said earlier that it was a staff of healing or a staff of life or something like that. I don't remember. Okay. Fine.
It's called the Rod
No
of
problem.
Life, yeah, but he's not.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Rolfo doesn't
he's
have
not
any
gonna-
interest in
Ralph was
relics.
not going to want to do that. Okay, can he see any
He doesn't,
further zombies?
he's not a scholar. He doesn't really believe in all the mumbo jumbo. He thinks they're just like an ancient civilization. So that he has no interest in anything but his friends and his contract.
Okay, that's fine. Then
But he can still move there if that's where you want him to go,
that's
combat-wise.
fine. Yeah, he can move there. He's gonna go this direction anyway. Can he see? I can't see from his perspective. Can he see anything further?
Rolfo does not see any living things that are not his friends.
All right, then there's. What
What's
do you
up,
guys
baby?
think we should do?
I can control my
Oh, good. Have a
characters,
snack. We got plenty of them. I just went grocery shopping. What'd you say?
I can control Farah. I'm surprised you two can't.
Yeah,
control...
I thought I set it all up. I don't know why it's working differently.
You do have to have the mouse selected, but
Yeah, no, I can't. I just I'm trying. I cannot move him.
I just don't know why.
all right. So it's Farah, yeah.
Yeah. So Ruffle is just gonna kind of come here and say, "Oh, guys, I don't feel so great."
Okay, yeah. So that brings up Farah.
Looking for. Wait, I thought. Wait, is this not a hallway? I thought this was a hallway.
Is what a hallway?
This. I can't see.
She doesn't have any light.
Oh, bugger. All right.
So like, there's a stone right here that's emitting light.
Oh, right. Dang it, I can't see.
It's dark in here.
What was that? 30. Alright, so 35. 40. Crap, she needs to hit something. What'd she have in her inventory? I don't know. Would she be the kind of person that would just like stab herself in the leg to keep the friend rage going?
Oh, right. I don't know that she would have run blindly into the darkness.
Okay. All right. Well, she's all right. She's over here then, just like pacing around, like looking to hit something, and frustrated that she can't find something to hit.
Well, all right. So hang on. Let me see the actual movement. 'Cause she's gonna go. She was here, right?
Yes, she was there.
So she goes 5, 10.
Oh wait, is there? Hold on. I mean, she wouldn't have gone running into the darkness. I wouldn't have brought her all the way down the hallway, but
Just pass, honey. Just go. Yeah, all right. Go ahead. Okay. So yeah, she gets to here. As she goes to move to here, she is slammed by an unseen thing,
oh,
which
okay.
misses. So then she wheels around here, and it came from over here.
All right. Well, I think she would just start swinging that direction.
It would be at disadvantage, but certainly within her character.
But she's at advantage because she's raging, so it would be
So they would
normal?
just be regular attacks.
Okay. Swing bada bada.
Yeah, that strikes something for 18 damage. She's so strong.
And she doesn't know what's there, so swinging again.
That also hits something. And
Oh no!
and that something
Oh, no.
moves, and she hears a flop, 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 flop.
Did she
I'm
run
hitting
into the darkness? Is that why
She ran into the darkness, which provoked an attack of opportunity, which missed. But then she was like, "There's something there," and she just swung blindly in the darkness. She literally attacked the darkness. Yeah,
There's probably one of the students was like, "Hey,
we did it, everybody. We finally got there. Varen becomes unstunned, and as does Wallace.
Alright.
And that brings up Wallace's turn.
Right. So Wallace is just trying to figure out what the heck is happening.
Varen walks.
Like everything.
Varen walks closer to the what appears to be dead zombie because he's no longer afraid of it being dead.
Varen, don't touch that. And then I run off. Let's see. How far do I go? Let's see. 15. 15. Dink. Alright, because my shield's... Oh, wait. Oh, actually, I may be emitting a light source and I'm not supposed to be because I don't have light.
Yeah, the shield's off. You're right.
Yeah. So I don't know if I just wandered into the darkness.
You would have, yeah, because I got to...
Oh, right. In that case, I'll come back. And, let's see. Did it? Guess I will... Wait a minute. Am I supposed to be able to see this block?
Are you supposed to be able to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the other side of the wall. It's a dead body.
Okay, so no. Alright, so I don't know that's there. Alright.
Its model is poking through the dynamic lighting.
Okay. Wallace is still trying to assess the situation, so he's just gonna dodge, and that'll be his turn for now.
Cool. That brings up Jim.
Okay, so now I kind of look here. Leganor, man, how you doing, bro? You okay over there?
I moved Farah because I think she'd walk into the light more at the end of her last turn, by the way. I think she had some movement left.
All right, then I'm gonna come down here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Rolfo, how you doing, bro? I know that they've been hit by that nasty little spell there. So
Rolfo says, I mean, I feel all right, but man, my chest is like everything right now. It feels like everything.
jeez.
And that's all you get. 6 seconds.
Man. Okay. Where is Wallace? Is down here somewhere? I saw him go through this door. Is that
Wallace
correct?
is behind you, right here.
Well, Wallace is up here. No, who went through the door? Oh, that's right. She
Farah went through the door and has returned.
Farah went through the door. Okay. All right. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, what are we doing here? Let's. Are we gonna clear this dungeon or what? Are we gonna clear out all the rest of these guys? We saw a whole bunch of other caskets around.
That's 6 seconds.
Sarcophagus. What?
It's a round of combat. You only have 6 seconds to do whatever you're doing.
All right. So I'll pick up another stone and cast light on it and say, let's keep moving.
Okay. Leganor.
So we're still in combat, even though we don't see any guys around. Just confirming.
Yeah, you're in combat until I say otherwise.
Fair enough.
I mean, you still hear Ferris screaming into the darkness. So.
Right, and after 6 seconds, after 6 seconds happens, if there are other things, they get a turn, and things might happen. So you have to limit your actions to 6 seconds until I say otherwise.
Wallace just moved because he's like, "What's stuff still happening?"
Ready to action. Wait, if I take a double move, can I ready an action still or no?
No.
Okay, then where I am is my turn.
Okay. Pay no attention to this rolled d20. Very good. That brings up Swift.
Wallace would like to say like 5 words in between all this, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, Sparkles, can you turn my shield back on so I can see?
That's more than 5 words.
Hey, Sparkles, turn my shield back on. Okay.
Turn my shield back on.
I did cast that light on that stone. That was actually my intention to give it to Wallace, but I could do that instead.
Jeff, you're controlling Swift here. Well, I guess I can at this point. Swift smells the air and runs off into the darkness.
Through a wall from our perspective.
No, he went out the door and took a left.
I just, to me, it was comical.
And he has dark vision, or no?
I would imagine the
No,
cat.
he does not.
No, he just has good smell.
That doesn't seem right though. That's like a natural inborn. But I guess if it doesn't say they have it, they don't have it, right?
Well, dark vision is like magical in nature. It's not like night vision. There's a difference.
Yeah, really good. Being able to use very little light versus being able to see in pitch black is
Right. Dark vision is being able to see in zero amount of light versus night vision, which is just amplifying the ambient light. And you're like many feet underground with no light source.
Exactly.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Then Calais will run and follow after her cat to here. It's kind of dark. Rolfo runs up to behind Farah, checking on her friend.
Ooh, he's got light.
Yeah, that's right. He has his torch, and with his
Would he still have his torch the whole time?
sure.
Okay.
Something is.
Well, everything he did would have been one-handed. Witch bolt, or not witch bolt, but Eldritch
Hang
blast.
on.
Eldritch
I
Blast.
think I have a dynamic lighting element that is messing everything up.
I can still see. I can see
I
what
can-
Farah sees.
I
for
can
better.
see Rolfo's
I don't know
spoken, but
why.
that's light.
I don't know why this light isn't visible where it should be. Oh, okay.
Is it because of
Oh, I was moving
okay.
I was moving the wrong guy. That's why. Yeah, so he moves to here, which allows him to see there's a zombie over here. And then, as a result of seeing said zombie, he is going to Eldritch Blast it successfully for all of 1 damage.
Glazed
but
its shoulder.
But he has his charisma modifier, so it's actually 3. And then Farah, now seeing a zombie, will run forward and make
What level is
couple
Rolfo
attacks.
casting?
What?
This is a cantrip.
Doesn't Eldritch Blast get an extra D10 at 5th level, or is it 6th level?
I don't really know. I don't know Warlock very well.
2 beams at 5th level. Yeah, so 2d10 at 5th level.
Why isn't it rolling that correctly then?
Can we fix that? Let's see. Output.
So it's not 2d10 if he hits. It's
two different
beams,
attacks.
So he
gets
just
more
makes
attack.
2
Yeah.
attacks. Okay, got it.
Attack.
So I'll let him make a second attack here, which also hits for another 9 damage. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good call. I forgot. Lots of cantrips go up at 5th level.
Anyway, Farah runs forward and swings her maul once, twice,
Actually, to that point.
3 times a lady.
3 times a dead zombie.
Hold on. Just fireball 2 at 5th level. Have we been tracking that successfully?
That
I have
actually,
not been.
I think that
But
also goes up.
with the last crack of her maul, the zombie is pulverized into a red and black mist, and you guys can now be out of a combat.
Hooray!
So, Jin, when you do firebolt, are you doing 1d10 or 2d10 damage?
Firebolt.
Yeah.
Let's see. The spell damage increases by 2d10 for firebolt.
Right. Has it been actually doing that? Is my question.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Would you mind if I rolled it again? See.
We can just scroll up and see.
No, because
Oh, that's funny. He critted.
Of course I did.
Yeah,
right?
it's rolling 2d10.
It's
No,
rolling,
that's
yeah,
because
2d10.
he critted.
No. I'm looking at
No,
previous
it rolls
firebolt,
2d10.
and it rolled 2d10.
Oh, the 12 is the
2d10 plus 9.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
yep, it rolled 2d10.
Yeah, because a 12 can't be.
Good job, Mike.
10. The D.
All right. So yeah, everything appears to be dispatched. Jeff,
I mean,
yeah,
at this point,
that spot on your shoulder is just it's hot, it's cold, it's numb, it's painful, it's searing, throbbing, numb, cold, hot, pain, dull. It's very strange.
With that happening, I'm going to attempt to use Second Wind to heal myself. See if that does anything.
Okay. So you kind of
Which-
steel yourself and you like get it together, man. And you don't seem to feel any better.
Oh, well, that's not a good sign. I should have been able to shrug that off, and I can't.
I don't think I ever rolled damage for the rotting fist that hit you, actually.
I don't think you did either.
no, you didn't.
All right.
I specifically remember you saying that it didn't do damage, actually.
Well, no, because the one that hit Rolfo did damage.
So does it do the effect and damage, or is it?
Yeah, it's an attack.
Okay. Well, roll low, because if you roll high, that could take off 50% of the time I have left.
Yeah. Ow.
Down to 31.
Well, so hold on. Your Second Wind might have done something now.
No, because it's a heal.
Right, you don't. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yep.
it still didn't work. You still feel
Well,
as bad.
All right.
I have exactly 7 days to go get a remove curse, or I'm fucked.
Well, don't worry about the text. Just worry about the
Don't?
effect. No, don't metagame it based on the text.
Yeah,
that's
we
written
wouldn't.
there.
Yeah, we wouldn't know.
You don't know that
Gotcha.
stuff, and maybe it's not accurate to this particular creature that you
Gotcha,
actually
gotcha.
fought.
Sparkles, turn my shield on. I want to make sure there's
All
no
you,
more.
all you
things
know
popping
is
around.
that you don't feel good and you didn't feel better when you normally can shrug things off.
So then,
Well,
would any of us
with that
know
happening,
what?
I see Mortimer on the ground, and I want to pick him up because his meddling clearly caused the mummy to disturb from its slumber. So I kind of bend down to Mortimer and hey,
Oh,
slap his,
Oh.
slap.
my goodness, what happened? I
What-
seem
what
to
did
have
you-
fainted.
What did you touch?
What?
You must have triggered something in this room, or something happened.
I don't...
Sparkles, come on. Let him have this conversation. We're gonna go make sure there's none of these other shambly things walking around here.
I don't
All right,
recall
bro, you lead the
having
way.
done
I touch your
anything.
shield and I light it.
Yeah, let me put
Thank you.
light back on here.
You know what? I'm going to listen to my friend for once instead of ignoring all his advice. And, point defense behind the shield kind of thing. So,
Okay. For the sake
When
of
Wallace-
time, I'll just
Mhm.
tell you that you traverse carefully throughout the entire temple and don't encounter any evil anything.
is there
On
anything
the way
different?
back, I will explain to the group what I see in the room with all the dances.
Okay.
And when
So
when
I
he
will just
does
move
that,
everybody over there, and then we'll let you play that out.
Is it only the three of us then? The wolf
I mean,
pack?
if anybody else comes along, it's fine. I grab Sparkles. Fingers, you want to come along? That's good.
Oh, I am. I'm
If
with you.
anybody else followed, I'm not gonna argue with them. I'm just scouring the place to see if there's any more zombies.
Well, also Farah comes too.
So Farah would totally come with us.
But maybe she would go check the room ahead real quick.
No, you
In
checked
fact,
the whole
I'm the one-
temple, and Mike said on the way back he stopped to show everybody the room. That's what just
Yeah.
happened.
And Farah would be. I'm the only one that's got a source of light anyway, so Farah can't see unless she's near us.
Okay, so once I see her in the room with us, because I know we're trying to get a little powwow going here, is Farah the only one with us that I can see, I assume?
Yeah.
Dynamic lighting is active? Okay. So as soon as I'm out of her line of sight, am I out of her line of sight here?
Yes. Because I still have her line of sight.
As far as you can tell.
Okay, so
You might want to turn my line of sight
okay,
up.
I'm gonna go one more then, just to be safe.
I don't know why this isn't lit over here, because that line of sight is like broken.
Looks like there's a wall there.
There isn't though. Like there's a wall there, but there's no dynamic lighting there. I didn't set a. There's no dynamic element that should be blocking that.
So as soon as
Anyway,
okay,
go ahead, Jeff.
I'm going to, as soon as I'm out of her line of sight, which is, I can see a little sliver of the token here, but it's like
Yeah,
20%
what are you trying to do there, Jeff?
I want to cast Minor Illusion to get her out of the room real quick, making a loud sound like another zombie's coming. And then in the time that she's out of the room, I'm going to dart back in and we can have a quick little, all right, which one is it, guys? What are we doing here?
So you're using Minor Illusion to make the sound of a zombie from over here somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously I'm not going to do it if I think she can see me even the slightest, because that would negate the whole purpose.
Leganor does not believe she can see you.
I don't like the wording of that. Then I'm going to move back a square here.
I mean, Wallace at this point would just be explaining, like, look, this is what Mortimer was telling
Okay.
you.
Oh,
So-
wow, these are neat.
So as that's happening, I cast Minor Illusion to create the sound of a zombie groan or something we just heard in the combat before over here. And then I'm going to run in the room and say, I think there's more. I'm kind
Okay.
of down for the count on this.
So, Wallace, Jin, Farah,
Gosh, yeah, Wallace goes charging out.
you see Leganor walk in and say there's more.
Get behind me, gents.
As soon as Farah is past me, because I'm standing in front of Mike, I'm going to give Mike a look like, don't go out there, but with my back turned to her. And then I'm going to use message to kind of turn to Jin to be like, I'm going to say with message, let her go, stay back.
All right, so I would have had like ready the fire bolt and be like,
Is
Alright.
she
She gets to about
staying?
here.
Because this is where I'm pinging is where I...
Oh, you made the sound down that side? So then she gets to about here.
Yeah. And then I turn to my two friends and I say via message, there's nothing out there. Or I say to Wallace first, because I say there's nothing out there. And then I turn to Jin and with message I say,
The light!
let's figure
Bring
this
the
out.
light!
This is good. She needs the light, Sparkle.
And
She
then I
needs
say
the
to
light.
Jin
Sparkle.
with message, bring the light.
oh yeah. All right,
What are you
here
waiting
go.
for?
Let me see your hammer. I touch your hammer.
Just
I
come,
like
you
to
have
it
light,
ready.
let's go!
You have the rock. You just use the...
All right, then I just toss to the rock or whatever. And figured you should take it with her.
Wallace, I told you not to go.
Sparkles, fingers. You got
This
it.
is so
And I walk
confusing.
after her.
That was the whole point, was I said to you with message, don't go, there's nothing out there.
This is all happening very fast. I know what you're trying to do, Jeff, and I appreciate the attempt, but you're operating in the real world with real people who have real reactions to real emotions.
And Wallace, that's nice. I'm going with her. You guys figure this out. And I take off after her.
Okay, so I still point to you as soon as it's humanly possible and say with message, there's nothing out there, come back.
You hear a voice of Leganor say there's nothing out there, come back.
With message. Just like before, like a...
What?
Hey,
How do you-
time to be covert.
I heard a noise. How do you know that?
Come out of the darkness and face me, you beast!
And I say back, trust me, get back here.
Jin is just really confused at this point, just kind of like.
I love this.
What?
Farah runs off into the darkness. Damn
I
you
gotta-
and your
I'm going-
cowardice!
In your brain, go after Farah. Running. I don't want her to be blocked. I'm running after her because she can see, so she can see. I'm running out, like, so. Wallace isn't coming back.
You didn't trust your teammate.
She gets to here. She doesn't see anything.
Did you already smash it?
I
I
see
just go to
nothing.
Leganor. What the hell are you doing, man?
Seeing
What's
more
going
light down
on?
this hall back where everybody was, she comes back here.
I say to Jin,
She just made a big circle.
Never mind.
I think it is safe. I did not see anything.
I say to Wallace,
Perhaps your
why do you
small
think-
nerves got the better of you.
Oh,
It
and I
is
say out
very
loud,
scary down
must
here.
and I say to Wallace in a whispered voice, "You should have trusted me. There's no way to shake her now."
Hey, Farrah, why don't we... Looks like we've cleared this place of zombies. You want to go check on Mortimer and the rest of your buddies and make sure nothing's attacking them now?
Very well.
Yeah, I'll get you back so you can see.
Your light would go all the way down this hall. I don't know why it's not. So she can make it all the way back to the room where there's more light coming out from here. She's fine.
Happy fingers?
Human beings can be spoken to, Jeff.
What was that?
But I love it. I love it.
Fingers, you gotta let us in on your plans before you do the plans.
This is all happening on the fly.
That's the problem. Look, one of these, and I point to the big 7. Like, one of these 7 is the what was it? The desert one. I don't know which one. Context clues. I think. Then I point to the ones that were like the people were raising and lowering. Like, I think one of these is like life and death. I'm not sure. We'd have to get Mortimer in here to explain more. You can do as good a job as I can at this. I'm gonna go back there so they don't wonder why we're just by ourselves in the dark.
Well, we have your light. A good point.
He's the light source. He's cold sparkles.
I pick up 2 more rocks and just turn them on.
Isn't your shield a light source?
At the moment, it is.
Yeah, but I can cast light on whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
All right.
I just pick up another pebble, I cast light on it, and I toss it to you.
I kind of shake my head and I say, I'm a little woozy after that last fight. This shoulder wound's not healing up like it should be.
I'm gonna go make sure they know that we're okay.
Yeah, I'm coming with you because the coast is clear. So,
But we need you two can still try to take a look at this thing, at least.
why would we be taking a look at this thing aside from the group?
Yeah, good point. And we need Mortimer anyway, who's probably a little.
So let's
Yeah.
all vamoose back over to the room. Oh, I come in, and as soon as I'm in like the threshold, like, ugh.
So as you come around the corner, Mortimer and he should be in here. Mortimer and
Is anybody dead?
Mortimer and Varen are arguing with each other.
What are they
Varen
saying?
is like, "You foolish oaf! You could have gotten us all killed with your narcoleptic behavior, you buffoon!" And Mortimer's like, "I don't know what happened. Everything was fine, and I just don't remember." Trying to defend himself. Varen's getting all and like, Rolfo is like, "Quiet down, you two. Everything's fine. There's no reason to be fighting." Farah's leaning over here in the corner, just laughing, with Swift next to her, and Callus, and Farah's standing over here, smiling.
There's
I'm gonna
Rolfo
walk
running
through all this and go
Yes,
check on
sir.
the students.
Oh, right, I forgot about the students. Okay, that's fine. The students are all in a semicircle around the body of the Mummy Lord, taking notes and inspecting the bandages.
None of you are gonna want to touch that thing.
Oh, they've all been touching everything. One of them's holding a heart that's still kind of beating.
desiccated preserved.
Playing hot potato with
It's like a prune with a pulse.
it.
Kalima! Kalima!
Shabak Muddy Cove.
Yeah, so one of them is holding up a still beating heart.
But that. What do you? Oh, goodness gracious! All right, so I'm dealing with
That
that.
thing back where it came from will so help me.
Okay. Leganor and Jin.
Mike Wazowski.
I'm taking a sip from my water skin, trying to eat some food. I tried to heal myself, and it didn't do anything. Maybe, fighting off an empty stomach will do the trick. And then, does Rolfo's wound look apparent at all where he got zapped? Or
Yeah,
is it...
both
That's
It
actually
has a very
that's what I was gonna.
similar looking, like
So there's an effect.
black
Okay.
and scaly. Yeah, I think.
I look over at Rolfo then and I go, oh, he must have got you too.
Yeah, it's like it's hot, and it's cold, and it's numb, but it stings. Man, it's
Yeah,
rough.
it keeps shifting and it's everything at once. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's the worst thing, right? It's the worst. I hate it.
I don't even think an ointment or a healing salve would do the trick. This is something new.
I have to agree with you there. I never seen anything like this.
Well, I don't know about you all. I don't want to stay here a moment longer than we have to.
Well, ordinarily, I'd say I agree, but I feel like I at least need to take a moment to collect my thoughts and maybe take some rest.
Well,
Let's take
It's
an hour or
just
so
like-
at least to catch our breath, you know?
it's been like, what, 4 or 5 a.m.? Something like that, probably? Or...
I don't know if any of us technically got a long rest there.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have gotten a complete long rest because it was interrupted by the...
It was actually... Well, all of this started in the middle of the night because that's when we opened the door.
Right. So you haven't really taken a long rest.
And then
And
just
then
we're all going to lay down. Yeah, we'd all be exhausted at this point.
I'm gonna turn my back to everyone.
Oh,
as
Varen
I'm
and Mortimer
eating
are still like scuffling and yelling at each other.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna make sure my back is turned to everyone in the room, except for Jin. And then I'm gonna say with message to Jin, I'm gonna say, we hunker down here, you're gonna have to stay up all night and keep that illusion going.
I have 25 words. Is that correct? That's fine. Maybe we can take shifts. You wake me up. You know.
You
Cast it.
dumb old oaf! You've ruined this trip. I nearly died. It's the most horrific thing I've ever seen. Master Varen, you haven't understood. I don't understand what even happened. I was awake.
I will
and he's pushing him.
get in the middle of
Pushing him.
I'm going to get in the middle of that. Hey,
Okay.
hey, Sticky! Leave the man alone. We have no idea why any of this happened. We don't know what
Turns
caused
to
all this.
you and he says, "Don't touch me!" And as he does, he's wheeling around to face you, bumps Mortimer, who topples backwards and knocks over the case holding the dagger, which shatters the glass.
Does anything happen there?
No,
Anything else?
nothing
Okay.
else happens except that the glass shatters.
Hey,
Yeah, I imagine once it breaks, everybody's looking around like.
out of the room. Yeah, you, Sticky. Out of the room. You can go play with that mummy's hog, whatever it is the students are doing over there. You're not helping.
And
Who are you
Mortimer
talking to?
hears you say
I go to help up
Mortimer hears you say the mummy's heart. And he stands up and shoves past everybody and runs over to here. And you hear him chastising chastising his students, saying, step away, put that down. My lord, like, this is the first time he's seen the mummy."
I'm gonna make my way back over to him. He's like, "Wait, do you know what this is? Like, whatever happened here?"
I couldn't tell you who this was, but I can tell you that this is no ordinary, not that the undead is ordinary, but this is no ordinary reanimated body. We have to destroy the heart.
Alright. Put it down. Shing! And I will stab it if he puts it on the ground or whoever
Okay.
does.
Yeah, I mean, you stab your sword through it. It's still pulsating.
Is it skewered?
Your sword is through it, yeah?
I pick the sword back up and hold it, like,
It's just on your sword, like...
Rolfo? Sparkles? This is weird.
Hey, agreed. That's very strange.
Someone want to help me with this?
I roll my eyes and like meander over. Wow, what happened now?
Can you? And I'll like fling it over toward the entrance. Can you like I don't know, firebolt that, or do you sparkle it? Just sparkle it dead.
All right. Yep.
This is out of my. Yeah, I don't. We don't deal with these in City Watch.
There's a beating heart on the ground where.
I'll point at it with the sword.
I just roll my eyes and cast a firebolt at it.
Okay.
Is it still beating?
Do so.
Oh.
Oh, actually cast it. Okay.
Sure. Roll its damage. Okay. Yeah, you see you blow fire at it and it catches flame and it burns like a candle for a really long time.
Do it again.
Did it destroy it?
It's still burning. It's not. That's not.
It's not beating anymore, but it's like it didn't disintegrate into ash. It's like burning as if it's a bunch of wax.
Hey man, I think we got it. You want to do it again?
Can you just do it again, please, for the sake of everybody here?
I roll my eyes
and tell the students to wash their hands.
I kind of like look. I just look at Wallace in the eyes and just like put my hand out, like.
Yeah, roll damage. Sure. Yeah, so it's clearly no longer beating and just cindering and smoldering. And Mortimer looks up from the heart and he starts looking around the group of everybody. Did it touch any of you?
Sadly.
Actually, I don't know. Did it? Well, no, I would have seen Raffle. Raffle got smacked.
He wheels and he looks at Raffle. Raffle's like, yeah! And he's like inspecting the chest wound. He says, my dear, quickly, we can solve this. And he runs through here. You'd see him run past you. Someone bring me light.
I'm on it. I chase him through.
Because when I heard him say that, I spoke up and said
I would have followed him with my shield.
Yep, I will. Yeah, I got my little stone. I'm chasing him.
Am I on the same page with this, Jim?
What do you? I don't know. What do you mean? Are you?
So did I hear Mortimer say?
Yeah, you heard it.
Been
you heard everything I said.
Okay. I want to make sure. I was in another room, so I didn't know if that.
Yeah, no, I mean physically, but everyone can hear what you're saying.
Okay.
And he runs into the room, and he puts on thin rimmed spectacles, and he's looking all around.
Is it assumed that Rolfo's here too?
Yeah, where's Rolfo?
Yeah, sorry. Rolfo, everybody kind of followed. So they're all in this hall of sorts.
I'll point my shield at the wall.
Yeah, so he's like surveying everything in the room, and he's looking around, and he's looking at all the different dances. This dance, that dance, deep-a-doop-a-doop-a-deep.
Is he saying anything out loud, or is that
he's
just
like mumbling to himself, like.
Mortimer,
No.
what do you, let us in on whatever it is you're going through your head, man.
You've been cursed by the mummy. Anyone who's been touched.
Cursed?
Yes.
Wait, that's real?
I didn't believe it was, but
That's a thing?
look at the wound. That's not a normal wound.
You know, I haven't actually, and I'll go over and actually like look at.
So you look at the flesh, and like where the impact was made, you see whatever it was, like fist print, knuckle print, hand print on contact, radiating out. The flesh is like black and crackly and scaly, and it's kind of spindling outward. It looks, I guess the best way to explain it is like the scale skin from the Game of Thrones that like.
Is anything that Sturgis explained to us related to this?
I mean, you can make a history check.
At advantage? Because it's.
Yeah, you can
One
make
of
it.
the things
You're in the Uralaban Valley, but you don't recall anything to do with cursed, rotting flesh.
Okay, so the 24 didn't. Okay.
Imagine if it was a DC 25.
Well, a crit is a crit.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you have a
So, yeah,
you have a
nothing.
5%
So
chance to succeed on anything you say you want to do.
So,
So yeah, so he's like looking around the room. He's surveying all the different.
Wait. Are you telling me that there's a dance here that's gonna fix this?
If anyone would be able to reverse a curse of this nature, it would have been the Uralites, and this is the biggest collection of their ritualistic prayer dances we've ever encountered. So
Did you not say that there was a rod of life in one of those cases?
the rod of life, that could very well be it. Quickly to the other chamber.
no.
No. Wallace is gonna stay behind.
Why is it so slow for me to move this token?
I don't know. This map has a lot of things going on in it, so it could be that.
Oh, you know what?
I've had no issues personally.
Dynamic
gives me
lighting
a
also
black-
really messes that kind of stuff up. Makes things really.
It wouldn't let me go
laggy.
through a wall.
Yeah, you can't go
which-
through a wall. That's true.
That's actually
That's
kinda
on
cool.
purpose.
Well, that's my next phase change.
Hang on. I have a thing.
I would like to feed no clipping.
Tilda, TCL.
ID no clip.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes. So, Mortimer comes over to the staff case. He reaches down and unlatches the latch and opens the case. And he like puts his hands in his sleeves so they're delicate. And he reaches in and he grabs the staff. And this polished white ashen, like oaken wood, with a thing in the top of it. He holds it up. And he says, "If this is in fact the rod of life, we should be able to utilize it to grow healing lemons that may be successful."
I'm sorry, did you say lemons?
Yes, it was this rod that sustained the armies of Aeolian.
The rod of life gives us lemons.
It does. I didn't make this up. This is a real item.
Jay. Well done.
And since the lemons are helping us, you could say that it is lemonade.
The rod of life gives us lemons. Oh man. Well, that's how long have you been waiting to make that line? All right, sorry.
You know, it makes no sense. Me and Jim air five to each other.
Wait, hold on. Like, are there jokes with all these items? I want to know now.
No.
Dang it.
Yeah, I know, but no. That's funny.
It's a joke, but you'll only know the punchline if you steal the item. Dang it.
Goras mentioned all the cabinets. I don't know.
No, this is the only one that
Don't
has.
suggest
This is the
anymore.
only one that has a pun, because this is the only one that I thought of.
Fair enough.
So the abilities on the staff is a real magical staff. I changed its name to make the joke, but that's what the thing actually does. Is it create it? So he spends time explaining what he knows, and in that time, one of you could attune to the rod and utilize its effects.
That would probably be either me or Leganor.
No, definitely you.
All right. So I walk over. I say, "I see this thing."
So he explains to you that the Rod of Life is an ancient relic carried by Aeolian of the Uralites, and it was because of this rod he was able to sustain his soldiers who were stuck without supplies for too long, and it is able to grow branches off of it every day, which produce lemons, and those lemons, they provide basically the same effect as a good berry. So like the good berry spell.
So, bro, you're saying that if I attune this, I can save my buddy Rolfo and my buddy Leganor?
I mean, if anything is able to reverse the curse, it would be the Rod of Life.
Fine, that's it. I grab it and I run into the other into the museum room up here, and I immediately sit down and start taking my rest to start attuning it.
Okay.
Just run off with it.
I'm just imagining the dragonborn just like takes the rod, runs off, and it's just staring intently at it for an hour.
All right, what do I do now?
All right, so hang on. I gotta make a couple of modifications.
Well, while he's doing that, we don't know if it's actually going to work. I'm going to go take a look at these. Mortimer, would it make sense if we don't, since that's not sure, and you look like you were going over to the dances, would it make sense to keep seeing if one of those might also help?
Sorry, I'm typing, so I didn't hear what you said. One moment, please.
Oh, DM, my DM.
Okay, so you should have the Rod of Life now.
Quarterstaff. Okay.
You learn. So
It's really the staff of
Jin
life, but
Jin
we're
knows
gonna leave
that.
low.
It's called the Rod of Life. It's a staff.
Where would I see that?
I just showed it to the players. It should appear under artifacts.
Yeah,
and
you know,
items.
I had a window pop up
Oh,
on me.
there
I
it is.
don't
It
know.
popped up. Yep. It
Yeah,
popped
so
up.
Jin, you know all
I'll
of
look at
that
my,
about it
character
after
sheet.
an hour. So we'll let you take some time and do that. What were you saying, Mike?
Sorry, I'm crunching.
And okay.
I was trying to tell Mortimer that, look, if we don't, since we're not entirely sure if this whole staff thing is going to work out for dealing with whatever it was it's on Rolfo and things there, do we need to go back and keep looking at the dances in case those can do things? I mean, I suppose the dance did open it. Yeah, we can go look.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if anything, and he runs. Assumingly, you're following him with light.
Yes.
Is Jin still in this room, right?
No, Jin's all the way up over
Jin's
there.
all the way back in the
I
museum.
ran up to the museum. Yeah.
Jin is
Oh,
staring
first-
intensely at a rod for an hour.
So the first room to the left.
Oh, I love it when I'm accidentally funny.
Well,
And Mortimer and I are in the mural room because we got to figure out.
Yeah,
I'm
and
trying to-
he's like scholarly viewing all of the dances and prayer rituals and stuff, trying to discern what, if any, information is helpful.
okay. I'm staying put here. Wait, Rolfo's not with us, right?
No, Rolfo's
No.
in the tomb room.
So I will point out the giant. I don't suppose you could either give us the descriptions or reread the 7 big ones.
Yeah,
So that
I
Jeff can hear them.
let me see if I can copy this into the player notes so that you can read their descriptions, and I will just remove their names. Stand by. I'll just call them Dance 1, Dance 2, Dance 3, Dance 4, Dance 5, Dance 6. And did he give you the name of one of them?
Maybe. I think. One may have been birth. Maybe.
Oh yeah, he told you the fertility one.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I will identify that one for you.
Sorry.
So do you now see round room?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So I will grab a drink. I will leave you gentlemen time to ponder the dances.
Thank you.
As would be happening in the real game.
Yeah, we would be pondering for an hour. As Mortimer is just mumbling to himself.
At this point, I would have attuned the staff.
Well, the
Not yet.
hour that you're taking to do that is when
you guys are doing this. Okay, got
Sparkles
it.
and I, or Fingers and I are figuring this out.
All right. So to avoid metagaming, should I not read this?
I mean,
I'll probably head over there afterwards.
Jin doesn't yet know this information.
Right, yeah. All right, so I'm actually not going to read that yet. I'm going to concentrate on the rod of light here.
So is there anything, I guess, I don't think I asked this before, is there anything about the history of the Uralites that would help me depict, or try to understand this, that maybe the dwarf Fwasti was able to give us? It might help me with this. Or is this just a straight up riddle that the PCs need to figure out?
Let me see what that thing said. One moment, please. The Uralites were known for their ritualistic prayer dances. They incorporated these somatic elements into their magics as well, and Sturgis believes the temple will contain, at some point, hieroglyphic carvings depicting the dance of the desert, which he suggests is required to empower the transmutation. As he doesn't know what it looks like, the only clue is that the context surrounding the carvings should indicate that it's the right dance.
Okay.
So, I guess, if you want, you could... Well, no, I'm going to let you guys play the game.
I guess what would be... Yeah, so let's see. Fertility. The dance involves a priest and a priestess.
I'm thinking 4 or 7. That's my first. Well...
Yeah, 4 was my initial guess too. Because I think
that's her in descent.
Right, 4 and 6 are basically, I think, opposites.
Yeah. 7, it's the shielding from the light.
4 and 6 appear very inverse to each other. They're almost like the same things, but in the opposite direction.
I think he told me that the stretched up hands are supposed to be plants or like growth. I believe.
Yeah, he did tell you that. It shows like growing trees. Or growth,
so that's
vegetation.
why. Yeah, the priests being fully crouched, chins tucked in, and arms around their knees tells me that like all the growth is gone, which was why if we had to pick one, I'd pick 4.
The last image of her face down on the ground. Question is it a one shot, or is it like maybe there's a series you have to do?
Oh, I imagine we need to do the whole dance.
Right, but I'm saying, is it pick one of 7 dances, guess right, and succeed, or is it you have to pick the first one correctly and then there's another part of it afterwards?
Well, I think our guidance is just one dance.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so you recall Sturgis
you know what?
telling you that successfully performing the Dance of the Desert will be able to empower and focus the alchemical transmutation in order to make it work right.
But that's for Sturgis.
Yeah.
Mortimer's looking for a dance that's gonna...
Mortimer is looking beyond just these 7. He's looking all the way around the room. Because remember, around the room is other dances, other depictions of daily life. It's like an entire Egyptian pyramid worth of hieroglyphs that he's seeking some sort of cure for curses.
Then I'm helping him, and if it means like pestering him first, like saying, "What are you looking for? I can help you look on the other wall." I'm not.
Do that.
Yeah, role play it out, man.
All right.
If you're not interacting with him, he's just kind of like.
Mortimer,
Oh,
what are you searching for? It seems
well,
like
I know we've already discussed, as I told you, the motion of this is the growth. There may be it's possible that we might be able to find some prayer or ritual for gaining life, or even seeking knowledge. I'm trying to determine if any of these have any relation to that.
is there anything in particular you're looking for, or can I help? Maybe I'll watch you for. You know what? I'm gonna watch you for a little bit, and then I'll either keep watching him, or after maybe a couple minutes, if nothing's clicking, then I'll just go look at the other wall and see what I see.
Yeah, sure. That's very good.
So I walk over to Fingers and just sort of bump him. And if he looks at me while Mortimer's not looking at us, I'll be like,
Shoulder's a little bit more than stiff there, Wallace.
yeah, my bad. Do you see the video I'm doing, Jeff?
No. If you ever, because a lot of times I'm like alt-tab looking at this. Right now I'm reading over.
All right, so
I see you now.
I'm trying to like.
I love it.
Do the Macarena. I say to him with message. What is it?
Can we just somehow get them all?
That would have required me remembering each one of them over a multi-day trip.
You got no way to magic this in your head?
You're the intelligent one with the investigatory skills, not me.
So, okay.
I know where you're going with it. It's just
it's
easy to memorize one carving in isolation. Distinctly memorize an entire room, wall, ceiling.
Well, just the 7.
Would any of the students be in there with them?
No, it's just the 3 of us.
So Mortimer, at this point, he hasn't said anything at all. Like I'm basically looking over his shoulder, trying to hear, like, decipher his mumbles. If he's like, "No, we're looking for the one with the right cross" or something like that,
Sure.
Or is it all internalized?
Yeah, I mean, he's saying stuff like, well, no, this is probably just a depiction of their calendar. I don't know what this is. This is probably. Well, I know. All right, so I know that's Dance of Fertility, and okay, so these are priests, these are priestess. Sure.
Do the hands always mean something, or like whether or not they're
What?
standing up always means something?
Oh, yeah, the position definitely has some form of meaning, and this motion here with their hands outstretched, that, as I mentioned, is growth, and the direction of the movement can indicate whether something is growing up or withering back, or this, for example, this one here, and he points to the first dance. This one here, you can see these priestesses are squatted and they're tucked, so it's like they're in almost a fetal position, so they are not yet grown. And then over the course of these dances, they gradually grow, and I believe this is the idea of vegetative growth, perhaps a bountiful harvest, perhaps prayer to the forests that Uralites were surrounded in before this became swampland. It's difficult to say without more context, but that the motions is often as important as the positions themselves. Remember, these are dances, they're stories, they're prayers, they depict a sequence.
Well, look at this dance 2 here. And then I said, that's curious. It shows the greatest intensity of life, if you will, especially that last frame. What it looks like the full, some kind of nourishment.
Yes. This looks very similar. If you look over here, and he points to some other random little dance, and it kind of just shows. It looks less dance-like, and it's just more like hieroglyphs of farmers, like planting crops. and it mimics that same bending forward, hands touching the ground from the second dance. So he's like, this more prominent ritual could have been a prayer for a bountiful harvest of sorts, as it seems to correlate.
As soon as he says that, I look over at Wallace. Like, you got anything?
Hey, what? Oh,
I don't
sorry.
say it. I give you a look like.
No, sorry, I was looking at one of these. I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to understand why, like, arms move into, like, one of the, like, pointing at dance 3. Like, why does this one fall over? Like, I don't...
Ah, here, let's see. This is very interesting indeed. They seem to be... It is almost as though they are drawing out force or energy or vigor from their partners, like they're pulling their essence of sorts, and then they appear to cast it to the ground, and then with the other one lying on the back, this could be quite a powerfully negative dance indeed. Perhaps poison or death or something of that nature. It really is remarkable. They had almost every aspect of their entire lives, both the mundane and the extraordinary.
So what about, like, waving your arms in a circle like this one, and I'll point at 7?
This, I have not seen anything like it before. It doesn't appear to be tied to any specific physical activity. It doesn't look like anything related to a profession or anything of that nature. I honestly could not begin to imagine what this is. The fact that it is a pattern that repeats 3 times is interesting.
So does this whole, like, these 7 large ones, does this all tell one large story, like from top to bottom, because they're all the same size?
It doesn't appear to be the case. In fact, 2 of them almost seem to be inverse of each other. But I would, judging on how the rest of the room is laid out, I would wager a guess that these are 7 individual prayers. Likely some of the most prominent or important ones, given their size and position in the room. Again, you have to understand, I have not seen this large a collection. Some of this is
I'm sorry.
speculative.
I don't mean to discourage you from finding something that'll help fingers you.
Some of this is just speculative, but this is the best guess that I can give.
Alright. At this point, I'm going to start trying to memorize dance number 4.
Okay.
Like, just going through it in my mind, maybe, like, doing small motions as I do them, just sort of, like, trying to, hopefully without trying to make sure Mortimer doesn't see me doing it, but basically just trying to memorize number 4.
You say you're doing them?
Not, like, completely. Like, I made, like, well, actually, no, it's going to be, I mean, it's hard to do if there's multiple people on here.
So, from what I can recall, Mortimer's already made it clear that it's not just that we're studying these dances, it's that in order to cure us of the curse, one of these dances might be a clue, if not the thing itself.
Yeah, you get the sense that what he's looking at these dances as not only clues of perhaps information that could lead to what object or thing could be a cure, but perhaps one of the dances itself might have curative properties, provided you buy into all that baloney.
As I'm sitting there trying to make sense of the wall, and I'm looking at the wall going, I'm never going to figure this out. I didn't even get past the 3rd grade. I'm just going to do dance number 6.
You're going to do dance number 6. Hang on.
Perform. I will gracefully
1, 2, 3,
perform.
4, 5, 6. It requires a lot of people.
Oh.
How many? So, yeah, so, like, for example, dance numbers 4 and 6, how many people are on each one of them?
There's the priestess, and there are 3 priests. So it's a four people involved.
Hmm.
Well, looks like we might need a friend. Maybe I'll go get Jin. He has a mind for matters such as this.
Wait, what are you doing?
Well, if we're gonna do this dance properly, there's the priestess or whoever's getting cured, if that's the case.
Oh.
And see the other. Yeah, I think we need a stand-in for each one of them.
Okay.
Mortimer hears that and says, I would advise against performing any of these until we know what they are. Some research is required.
Well,
We'll have to have another expedition. Don't just go willy-nilly performing prayer dance rituals. Who knows what
Well,
the effects could be?
how are we gonna deal with the thing in his chest?
Well,
Yeah, you made it seem like Walfo and I.
the
had a
scientific
chance.
method must be observed. First, we must do the due diligence and research. We can't just... What if that prayer dance is the kill all your friends dance?
Listen, Mortimer.
Wait, that's a thing?
That's what I'm trying to
Hold
tell
on.
you. I don't know. I've never seen this many in one place.
I can assure you that my shoulder, and right now the way it feels, it's even worse for Mortimer. It's closer to his vitals. We don't have time to sit
I'm
back and
Mortimer.
wait for.
What are you talking about? You're going on about
Rolfo.
silliness.
Rolfo.
I know, I'm just joking.
Rolfo and I are not in good shape right now. Like,
Yes,
I've
and I
never-
understand that, and I am doing my best to seek out a solution should it appear in this room. Perhaps the
Has
rod
it been an
itself.
hour?
Perhaps the
I'm
rod
gonna go
itself
get
could be
it.
useful. We don't know. We're trying to discover this.
Of course. I'll give you some space. I'll go get my friend. Bring him back here.
Thank you. Please respect the scientific method.
And with that,
So-
I'm gonna traverse back to whenever you want.
So, Jim, DM,
Yes.
you said that there were other hieroglyphs that maybe like had like actual like farmers.
Yeah. So not every hieroglyph
Is a dance.
is a prayer ritual, a prayer dance.
Okay.
There are
I mean-
these 7 prominent ones are, according to Mortimer, prayer dances. All the other hieroglyphs, some of them are just depictions of daily life. Some of them just
Do I
kind of explain.
see anything that very clearly looks like a desert, like sand, like just or like dead crops or something along those lines? As I look, if I spend, I don't know, like 20 minutes looking around.
You see. Yeah, so there's one part that shows like farmers hoeing and tilling and watering what looks like desert ground, and then later they're like reaping a grown harvest.
Okay. Is there anything? Huh.
But that doesn't look like priests and priestesses doing a dance. That just looks
Right.
like
Right.
this is how we grow food.
Okay. Shucks. Because I can't help but think. All right, my concern, as I'm thinking out loud, is that the one that I'm looking. None of these actually look like desert as a dance. It's more like famine. But it's the best shot we got, and quite frankly, I don't know what else to do at this point.
Okay. After some time, Jin, you seem to have a keen understanding of the item across your lap. And
Okay,
you
beautiful.
now know everything that's in the text of the item.
Okay, excellent. So it says that once a month I get 1d4 of lemons growing on the staff. So, or the rod, I should say. Should I roll for that now? How does that work when it's monthly?
So I have to figure out exactly this one.
I mean, I think you could make a 4 sprint like pop out right now. It's just that you can't get any more for a month.
Well, it doesn't say once a month. It says the staff grows small lemons from its living branches and are able to be harvested every month
Oh.
1d4 new lemons
1d4.
grow on the staff.
So it takes a
So-
month to grow the lemons.
Grow a lemon.
Actually, does it have lemons on it right now? Has it been growing this whole time?
Yeah, it'll be up to the
Hmm?
DM to answer.
A little longer till we reach a breakpoint. Not, we're not gonna go into a whole nother chapter though. We're almost done. Okay. Hmm? Hmm? Yeah, you shouldn't have to go, but yeah, I'll take him. Okay. What was I saying?
How many lemons are on the rod right now?
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, so as you spent that hour attuning and learning about it, and since it's been out of its case, as you gain more knowledge and insight into the rod itself, the basket that was holding the stone in the top has been like starting to open, and after an hour or so, there are little buds on the ends of some of the open branches now.
Okay. So I have this rod now, and I believe Leganor, were you coming to see me, or?
Oh yeah, that was my. I'm coming over there not only to get you, but then also to wait for that exact moment when you pop up. You're like, cast it again.
Oh, okay, right. So at this point, I jump up. I hear him saying that, so I kind of run over this way, and I don't know where you are, Leganor. But as I kind of come to this room, I casually use subtle spell. I believe I have subtle spell. Yep, I use subtle spell to cast prestidigitation and put the book back in that
Okay.
case. And then I kind of work my way through
As
this
you enter this
room.
room, the scholars are in here as well, the students, and they've sort of fanned out around the room. Having seen Mortimer open the staff case, one of them is working the latch on the sash case. The rest of them are looking in the other cases. Oh, and another one is over by the dagger and has picked up the dagger off of the ground after that case broke.
Okay, I basically just ignore them at this point, and I'm running through. I want to go see Wallace and Leganor. Oh wait, are you in here?
So so as I'm in the room, they're opening new cases, right?
Oh, I see. You're
Yeah,
here.
you see one of them trying to open the sash case, and the other one is actually holding the dagger he's picked up off of the broken glass.
How many people are in here total? Or
Five.
tokens
There are 5
active?
students, so they're scattered about.
I guess I'll be here. Oh, yo, Leganor, look at this, look at this. And I show him the staff, and I show him the little, tiny little growing lemons there.
Oh wow!
So I don't know how long it's going to take to grow, but I think these can help you. These lemons, they'll cure disease. They'll cure curses, I mean.
As he's saying that, I'm gonna pretend like I'm feeling faint for a second and crouch down, and I want to pull the book out of my boot, and I'd like to whether I don't know if it's stealth or sleight of hand, but one of the two. Like I'm trying to pull it out because I realize they're gonna get to that. It doesn't matter if there's an illusion cast there or not. They're gonna find the book. So. Should I just roll? Or...
What are you trying to do? All I know is you're crouching
So
down.
Okay, the Tome of Yammurabi is in my boot. I want to crouch down, pretending I'm not feeling well because of my wound.
Uh-huh.
And then while I'm down there, really subtly reach into my boot, which would otherwise be a pretty obvious motion. Pull out the book and then have it like up my sleeve, ready to go up to the case.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just do a sleight of hand check. I see what you're saying.
I am standing right in front of him too, like as if I'm chatting with him.
Yes, I am aware.
And then I say to Jin,
did you do
with
the roll?
message,
I don't see it.
I'm trying to pull up my character sheet right now. I closed everything. Here we go. I really hate this UI. All right. Sleight of hand. Okay.
Nice.
And then as I'm standing up, I kind of put my other hand over my mouth, and I say with message to Jin, I'm putting it back. Make sure none of them are watching. And then I'm gonna kind of casually walk up and look at the student looking at the dagger. Like,
Absolutely. And
still
as he's doing that, I say, "Hey, everybody, check this out! Look at this! Look what happened!" And I kind of like to just kind of announce to the room, like, "Yo, guys, check this out!"
Yeah,
Like all
so
the
Rolfo
students.
heard you talk about curing curses, so he's definitely you've got his attention.
Absolutely.
The students
So I'm making a big ruckus. I'm saying, "Oh,
are
look
looking
at
at
this!
what's
This is
going
cool.
on.
It cures curses."
How loud are you yelling?
Oh, I'm like New Jersey loud.
Oh, okay. Mortimer hears cures curses from down the hall and starts to leave.
And Wallace starts to do the same thing.
So does Varen do anything during? Or is he just sitting there like a useless elf?
Varen is looking very rich.
Yeah, if anybody's not looking at me, I just kind of like start jabbing them with the back of it. Check this out, like I'm poking them, just like, hey, look at me.
So
Yeah.
Mortimer comes around and he sees you at the staff, but he also then sees one of the students holding the dagger, and he runs over to him and he slaps his hand and he says, "What? Slap! Don't touch that! We don't have the proper equipment. Everyone, don't touch anything."
As he's saying that, I'm just going to step out of the way, let him admonish his pupil.
You there, let go of the latch on that sash thing. How dare you? We will plan another expedition. We'll come back with the proper equipment, the proper supplies, and we will catalog all of these things. Unfortunately, I broke the case to the dagger. Hopefully it's intact. Please give it to me. He starts like wiping it off and being very careful with it. And the only reason I touched the staff is because we're trying to potentially save a life. Mr. Dragon Jin, sir. Did we introduce your name? We've been with him for a couple of weeks. Jin, Mr. Jin.
Yes, sir.
What have you been able to learn about the staff?
So yeah, so check this out. This grows lemons on it. These lemons, they can cure curses.
So it is true. It is the rod of life. These are all actually the real relics. Even more so, not such anything. Yelling at the children. And look at that! It's actually growing the lemons.
That's right. It's a staff made from a living branch of a druid-blessed oak tree.
They grow so quickly. This is incredible. Why, they could be ready to harvest in mere days.
Wonderful.
Well, Master Rolfo and Mr. Leganor, I believe we have a solution to your problem.
Is that so?
Yes, from what I'm hearing, the lemons from this rod of life should be able to remove the curse from the mummy after you sit you.
Is it really that simple?
It would appear to be.
And I assume there's a lemon on it already, like you said.
Yeah, there's like however many buds growing off of it.
Then I flip out my knife.
Oh, roll a d4, Jin.
Roger that.
Please don't roll a 1.
Please don't roll.
There was a
That's the only number
chance.
that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Well, then I'd have to pick.
Yeah, Sophie's baby, Sophie's choice.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. We don't. We don't need to go there.
So I'm gonna get a half a lemon and hope for the best.
I cut off both lemons. I flip one to Rolfo and another, and I keep the other one.
I don't think they're ready yet.
So
I wouldn't. I'd pull the staff away before
okay.
you cut it off.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm gonna cut.
They should be
You
ready to
just clap your
harvest in a
hand.
few days. You heard Mortimer say.
In a few days. I thought, because when I said, "Are there lemons on?"
There's little buds.
But it's not.
Bro, this is my staff.
There was nothing on it when it was in the case. After Jin spent an hour with it, it has opened its little woven basket branch, and there are 2 little buds on the new formed branches.
Gotcha.
And that's happened in the course of about an hour.
Okay. Well, I don't pull out my knife then, because clearly I don't want to kill him.
And I'm dead.
And now you don't get one.
Well, I suppose we. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to stay and catalog some more? A couple of us are hurting pretty bad. We don't even know if this is going to work. So
Guys,
I
look
don't
at
want to
what-
disturb any more of these artifacts. I wish that we should. I believe that we should seal this room. We should make haste back to the Sawtooth, make our trip back to Gaspar, or send word ahead. And we need to get a fully outfitted expedition to return here and completely catalog the entire temple. For this small museum has become one of the greatest archaeological finds of our time.
So, what'd you guys find out about those dances over there that you guys went to look at while I was working on the rod?
Well, I was unable to determine anything that could solve the curse, but it seems like you have a solution.
Yeah, but maybe we can. You don't think it'll help in any way? Maybe closing these doors or something?
I
Leganor, Wallace, what do you guys think?
Mortimer, how do you plan on seeing this space?
And I look at Leganor.
Are you doing something in Discord again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mortimer, how do you plan on sealing this space?
I assume we would close and lock the front doors. It's not exactly a location folks are like to happen upon unless they are intending to travel out to the swamp in the middle of the nowhere.
Yeah, I suppose there's not really much risk of
And my
loot as
intention
if
is
nobody's ever actually been in this space before.
my intention is to return immediately.
So I subtly point to Jin and I say, "What are you thinking?"
Via
We
message.
should get the students to draw the dances.
And then make 2 copies, or
Make copies. We can deal with that later. But if we have them written down,
it would certainly help. But we're outnumbered if this thing turns sour.
but at least we'd have the dances, and it doesn't matter which one is which if we take them all back.
Fair enough. We can wait. It might be tricky getting those from the students if they don't see why we would have need to carry that research ourselves.
Oh, they're talking in their heads again, aren't they?
We can protect it. You can see us talking.
I think
I just like noticing the two of you like looking at each other, but like not saying anything. I'm like, this is happening.
play it cool. If an opportunity presents itself, we'll know. And then at this point, I'm gonna hang out in the room with Jin and kind of sit down against one of the walls and see if I can start resting to heal up, get some spells back, any all of the above. I'm exhausted.
Sure.
And this-
Yeah,
Mummy
and
rap.
everyone kind of seems to be the same. Like, everyone wants to just take a quick short rest before... Because, again, you're in the middle of the night, so they figure they'll spend the rest of the evening whatever they can. I don't know that you'll get a long rest, but you can all take short rests before the morning. Where the intention right now, at least by the parties, is to leave and, rest up, short rest, and then make way in the morning to get back to the Sawtooth. So unless you guys are doing something during that time, that's what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, no, I would just before we sit down for the rest, I would go to Shaggy over there, be like, hey, you know what? The dances would open the doors, right? So if we leave here and these doors close on their own for whatever magical reason, we need to get back in here, don't you think? So either we wedge this door open like we did before, or we write down, we record these dances for later, no?
Yeah, man. I guess that makes a lot of sense.
Basically, what I'm saying to Mortimer is I'm insinuating that he should have his students draw those dances.
That is true. We do have the supplies. While we wouldn't be able to safely transport the relics, we could probably catalog a majority of the dance room. At least we'd have something to show the scholars when we return. Better to persuade them to return more for the expedition. Good
Wait,
thinking,
I'm sorry.
Nestorine.
Did you say you wanted us to bring the relics with us?
No, I'm suggesting no one touch the relics because we don't have the proper equipment to transport them safely. As it is, I'm already rather upset at you, Velma, the one who's holding the dagger.
Jinkies.
And ordinarily, I would not be
Right.
bringing the staff with us, but it sounds like it's a necessity, and I'll risk some scholarly retribution for the life and safety of 2 people for sure.
Sounds like we have a solution. We've got
Yeah,
we got the tier, we got the tier, we got the book, and we got people copying at least the 7 dances for us.
So he
Cool.
ushers the. Oh, I'm bringing too many people. He ushers the students over into the round room. No, I'm not. Just brought everybody, and I didn't want to do that. He ushers the students and himself over into the round room. And they begin using their charcoal and parchments to make carbon copies of a majority of the room. Not obviously they can't copy down every dance. But they're doing charcoal rubbings, and Mortimer says, well, we should start with the largest ones and work our way backwards. So they're doing like gravestone rubbings of the 7 big dances and a number of other ones.
Perfect. Good thinking, Sparkles.
And with that, they have, they've got a copy of each dance somewhere distributed among them. You don't really know who has what, unless you were specifically looking for that, which nobody said they were.
Oh yeah.
I would assume Fingers is smart. I would assume Fingers is smart enough, and if anything, I'd be in there with him and paying attention to that myself.
Okay.
Especially the one that's got number 4.
So Fred has the engraving of number 4. If you care about any of the others, I can tell you who has them.
Yeah, if you could, please.
I think we should have a record of it.
Okay, somebody write this down. Fred has 4.
You got it, Mike?
And 2.
Well, Wallace is memorizing this with his smart head. Say again?
Fred has 4 and 2.
2.
Shaggy has 1. Velma has 3 and 5. Daphne has 6. And Scoob has 7.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool.
Scoob and Mortimer also have a collection of other smaller dances.
Okay.
All in all, you've if we take the 7 big ones out of the equation, you guys have additionally maybe 10% of the rest of the room cataloged.
Okay. Well, all right. At this point, Wallace, now that he knows where they are, will try to get some shut-eye, hoping that no more things are going to just start popping up out of graves. There's no more graves in here, right? There's no more. We haven't seen any more places where dead bodies can be hiding besides, I don't know, rubble.
You've not encountered any other sarcophagi or actual tombs.
And nobody's going to go put their hands inside the little hand pack thingies so I can find out what the heck happens. I'm going to sleep outside just to be safe. I mean, by outside, I mean like on the outside of the door that we opened up earlier.
The lobby.
Wall. Wallace is sleeping.
Yeah. At any point, like on the floors, on any surfaces, is there like a large concentration of dust or ash or anything like that?
The dustiest place is the artifact room,
The artifact room with
where
the
the book and the
sarcophagus?
sash and the dagger and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Everywhere else from there is less dusty, and then as you travel south in this place, it gets more dank and moldy because there's more like collapsed earth and rot in that area.
Okay. I'm looking for the driest. I know this sounds weird, but the driest dust. And if you say it's in that room, I'm just gonna go back there.
Yeah, the biggest collection of very dry dust would be this dust that you wiped off of the cases.
Okay. So then when I go back in that room, I'm gonna pretend like I'm kind of going up to each little pile of dust, see if I can throw out my bedroll and get comfy with the shoulder wound, and I can't. And then as I'm doing that, I'm trying to scrape some up, like sleight of hand, grab some dust, put it in one of my pockets.
Pocket sand.
Pocket
All
I don't. Basically, like a flash forward, I'm trying to come up with enough dust so that I can put some kind of placeholder in the case where the book was, so that we don't have to keep trying to refresh a cantrip in front of everyone every hour. Just wait till everyone falls asleep, and then go in there and sprinkle some dust. And then if anyone asks, be like, "Oh man, it must be some kind of magic decay or something."
So you're trying to make it look as if the book disintegrated?
Exactly.
Okay, I understand what you're trying to do.
But I know it's a delicate operation, which is why I'm kind of going through all the theatrics.
Yeah, I get you. Sure, yeah, you can easily gather up some dust without anybody noticing.
Okay. If you want me to roll sleight of hands, I'm happy.
No, what did I say?
Okay. Then I am going to post right up to the most accessible portion of the bookcase once I finally, this doesn't seem so cold over here. Good thing I'm a side sleeper. And yeah, I'm going to sit there and post up, rest up, and just wait for the best opportunity to reach into the case, whether that means there's only maybe one person in the room who's not looking at me or everyone else is asleep or whatever that might be. I'm just waiting for that moment.
All right, cool. Yeah, so that's you. Wallace, you're just bedding down for the night?
I'm gonna try to not. Now that I'm out here, I'm like, no, I don't want to sleep next to a bunch of rags that tried to kill us. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm gonna go next to the brazier. Like, I'm going in here.
Next to the what?
I'm going in next to the brazier. The fire in the museum.
The brazier?
Always brazier. It's just there's a glitch in Mike's head where those two words just.
Yeah, I got you. So you're bedding down by the brazier. Jeff's bedding down by the bookcase. Jin is.
I am down here. What's
I'll
Varen doing right now?
I'll let Fingers and Sparkles know where I am in case they need me.
Sure. What did you ask, Zach?
What's Varen doing right now? Where is he bedding down?
Well, once everyone started going to bed, he's actually by the brazier because he's of high stature and thinks the fire is important. Eventually, Mortimer and the students make their way also into the brazier room, so it's quite crowded in there.
All right, then yeah, I guess I would curl up kind of down here.
The wild men are out in the lobby where it's safe. I seem to have lost Callus, but she was just under Swift.
She's probably right here. Curl up, tuck my tail under, and get some rest.
Next to the book
Kind
also?
of snuggle up with my new staff, my new rod.
Okay, cool. Great. Yeah, so you guys get enough rest for a short rest. We're going to break here. So you can consume hit dice to regain any lost hit points if you want.
Or if you can.
Do I need to roll or roleplay anything to do the old sleight of hand now that everyone's out of the room?
No.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do, you can do that.
Like I said, I was waiting for that moment when it's like I don't even hear them stirring anymore in the other room.
Yeah, no, you can just do it. Everyone is exhausted.
Yeah.
It's been nothing but adrenaline and a late night.
I kind of see what you do and be like, all right, good.
All right, so I'm gonna rest up for an hour or so. Um,
So yeah, so you all get the
You know-
benefits of a short rest.
Cool.
So I'll roll one
I'm
hit
all the way
die.
back up. Cool, I'm all the way up.
Oh, nice. Me too. Brings me down.
I forgot to ask. Is anyone hurting from second heal?
I think
No, I
only
never got
you
it.
and Rolfo took damage
Wallace-
for the most part.
Wallace never got hit. Wallace
I
just
know.
got stunned.
You guys
Why
got
not? And then
although I
Jin
did-
a little bit, right?
you guys got really lucky with the mummy's other abilities not hitting.
Yeah,
see.
that's true. Nobody got frightened. And what were those? I don't know if you can tell us this, and if you can't, that's fine. What were those D20s?
So the mummy has an ability to. Oh no, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna tell you.
Fair enough.
It's also
That's fine.
inconsequential at this point. The mummy has
Okay.
the mummy lord, as written, will regenerate its body after 24 hours if its heart is still intact.
Oh Jesus.
So
Okay.
since I dumbed down a lot of its other abilities, I was going to give it a 5% chance to come back to life.
Wow.
Wow, that was a good
You
thing,
rolled a
Wallace.
19 on one of them.
Smoke that thing.
Almost there.
Kalima! All right.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're ending for the night, Jim.
Yeah, we're done. So great job. Nobody's dead. I didn't kill the whole party. An
Or any of the party.
actual rules as written mummy lord is a CR 15 creature.
Oof.
Oh my god.
So you dumbed down the hit points, I'm guessing.
I didn't dumb down the hit points actually. What I did is not give it its damage invulnerabilities because it is immune.
Oh my God.
It's immune, not half, but immune to necrotic, poison, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Oh, so
So
that's
yeah,
like a
only the
vampire
mages would be doing any
Right.
damage.
So instead, I
Oh,
gave
yeah.
him standard undead half damage to those damage types.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, so we would have basically just been waiting for Jin and
Yeah, like
Rolfo to
I'd
just
be
whittle
done.
this
I
thing
would've
down
been
as it slowly
full
killed us.
sword bard. Like, there's no attack I could make.
it would have
just
been. Yeah, that's why it was your encounter was not CR 15, but the rules as written mummy lord is a CR 15.
Jeez.
Okay.
But once I got what was this hit
Are we
point?
still streaming?
Yeah, let me end the stream here.